Welcome to Black Love Matters, where their service and therapy session for figuring out adulthood,
loving each other,
and finding our inner Brock and Michelle,
or Jay-Z and Beyonce, or this episode, how about Tiana motherfucking Taylor and Iman Schubert? Am I saying this name right? And that cute ass baby Junie.
That baby is cute.
I love the child. She came out ready to perform and ready to work because baby Junie got her own headband line. Because you know baby Junie be wearing them head wraps.
Yeah.
She got one for the children that's already made.
Okay.
So, you know, anybody who having a girl or done had a girl, like, y'all know that's what you get for Christmas, a baby Junie head wrap classic. But anywho, just sweet black love. I love their love. First off, Tiana, body sickening. But I've been with her for years since. Remember she was on My Sweet 16? Mm-hmm. You remember that? All I remember was like a big curly afro, and she was whining about something on there. To Faye, where, you know, at first we almost had to get her together when she used to interview, and they'd be like, sis, your body's sickening, where you get it from? And she'd be like, I just eat Doritos. All right, back up. Stop lying, or if you ain't lying, you need to start lying and telling us you work at least 3 times a day, okay? Because it ain't fair that you can have a baby Junie and have a sickening body like this, okay? But now didn't you hear she has like a workout? Ain't it like Fit to Fade or something like that?
Probably.
Yeah, so she worked. Do you think she really work out though?
Yeah.
Or do you think she's naturally athletic?
There's some sort
mixture.
of yeah, I would say it's a mixture when it comes down to it.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, but that's a different level of sickening. Would you say she don't work out at all? Is that possible?
No.
What exercises is she doing, Nero?
I don't know, but I would have to say that she is working out.
She doing everything.
Niggas just ain't losing baby weight.
In the 24
Talking about
hours.
they just breastfeeding. And next thing you know, you got a 6-pack and shit.
Well, that's what all the ladies say. They say they just breastfeed, honey.
Breastfeed lie.
And then next, we're going to talk about her husband, right? So what's his name? Iman, am I saying his name right? Mm. He plays sports, right? What do he play? Basketball?
Yeah.
Who he play for? The Cavs? I forgot who he played for. But he plays sports. He's pretty damn good at it, I guess. What I want to shout him out to is that he actually delivered the baby. So Tiana went into early labor, and Iman, he delivered that baby with his bare damn hems in the bathroom. Come on. Everything from his man bun to basketball to being a family man. I'm here for everything. Who he play for now?
The Cavs.
Oh, he played for. Oh, okay. So that's something I feel like y'all know how we keep up with sports. We're fickle. So we ain't the best ones to keep up with sports. But something about Tiana and Iman, like I am there for both of them. I love how they support each other. I love how they can be serious together, how they can be funny, hilarious together. What was that Fade video when they was dressing up like lions and shit? Yeah. And baby Junie was in that too. And they like, you know, he had to be a good sport to do all that shit. So just shout out to them. Shout out to Sit Spats. Shout out to, you know, what's it called? Baby head wraps. I'm here. I'm team, what's it called? Schubert. Are you?
Did you just say shout out to 6 packs?
Shout out to 6 packs and get boobs, honey. Okay. Hey, what'd you think about them?
Hey, I'm all for them.
You like them?
Yes.
Yeah, I like their love too.
They're my type of people.
Yeah, me too. I think they would be a good. You know, we were talking about before. I think it was like Nas and Khalees or Jay-Z and Beyonce. Who would you like to have lunch with? Mm-hmm. I think I would add these couples too. Like, I think they would be a good time.
Yeah, I think so.
And I want to do 2 lunches. So first, when I have a child, I want to do a play date. With Junie and them.
So you can get some head wraps? Yes,
of course. Well, I'm already coming with some. I'm going to be that friend. They be like, oh, sis, she's doing too much. And then I want to have a hangout where it's just us. And we doing them $1 margaritas from Applebee's. Did you see that?
Them Dollaritas?
Them Dollaritas. Okay. Y'all see Applebee's giving out $1 margaritas?
I'm all for it.
Look, shout out to Applebee's.
Give me a fucking Dollarita.
Here we go. Shout out to Dollaritas, Sits Pats, and Man Buns. Who is you, Nero?
I'm Nero.
And I'm Nayan B.
And this is episode 56.
Episode 56. Happy Friday.
It's Friday, y'all.
Yes, we made it again. The weekend is here.
It's here? Mm-hmm. Go ahead. Y'all already know.
We're not doing this every Friday.
Y'all
tell them about the
know.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Don't tell them to leave their job again because someone's going to do it. And then they're going to send us a Brussels cuz to say, now I'm unemployed Brussels cuz. And I don't have advice for them.
Well, I do. You should be always applying for jobs.
Okay.
Regardless if you love your job or not.
Okay.
That's the thing.
Well, you know.
You need to have your supervisor down as a reference. So they call them and be like, so we just want to get a reference on Johnny.
Nero.
And then they come to you like, Johnny, we know you was leaving.
Nero.
I just want to make sure. So.
Yes.
So when they ask your ass, why you coming in late?
Yes.
or coming in from a late lunch, just know.
Shut up.
Just tell them that you was giving a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-star rating on Apple Podcasts and Stitcher.
Yes.
And be sure to follow us on all forms of social media. And that's at Black Love Matters, and that's Black One Okay, baby. What you got?
What is that? I don't have nothing too big to catch y'all up on from the past few days. So I'm at the halfway point of my 10-day stretch. Work is going okay. No complaints. I've been just having some introspection, as I always do. I had like this task to complete, and I just didn't complete it tonight. I'll be standard, and it bothered me, and I'm not sure why it bothered me or where this lead is coming from, and I'm just really trying to work through it, right? And see why I'm putting so much weight onto it, right? And realizing, if I'm so invested in this work that I'm doing at this box for, allegedly, right? What is it distracting me from? So what am I using this as a distraction from that I really should be working in and investing in? So again, just doing some reflection and figuring out where I'm at. Also, it could just be my body at day 5 and it's like, oh, sis, it's time to take a couple of days off. And I'm like, nope, we just getting going. But I also want to say, just thank God for a good man, because I've been off alone on Nerum like a bish. And you just been taking it. So thank you for your support. I appreciate you, Nerum.
Call me the Teflon Don.
What? Why are you the Teflon Don?
Because you be offloading that shit that slide on off of me.
Oh, it just bounce off you like Teflon?
Yep.
Well, have you tell I've been offloading? I've been trying to be more quiet. Like, I think today when we're done recording, I'm going to go to sleep. Just to relax a little. What you think?
Yeah, I think you should relax.
Oh. I just gave you a compliment.
Hey,
and you're tiptoeing.
Thank you, baby. I appreciate it.
You're tiptoeing.
Thank you.
My next check-in.
I'll rub your back or something.
Oh, receipts? Oh, you about to do it now. My other check-in, I would say, is OJ free, y'all. Can y'all leave OJ alone a little bit?
Didn't they already get that nigga at the gas station?
They
or something
got
like that?
him at the rest stop. And then got the nerve to ask him how I feel to be free. And here come OJ. I just been in the car for 5 hours. OJ low-key a show pony, though. Because he was skinning and grinning when them cameras came on. And then at the end, can you just give me a little privacy? Oh, please, OJ. But y'all, just give him a little bit of space, okay? Just give him at least a month or 2. OJ, actually, you really need to lead this country for a good 6 months to a year. And then come back with a whole different look and feel. But that was just one of my highs. He done got out of jail. Who he's in there for 9 years?
The juice is on the loose.
For stealing his own shit?
I never heard anybody else go to jail for
he
stealing
black,
their
though.
own shit. His ass went to jail for killing that white woman.
Yeah, white people still haven't got over that.
No.
I mean, you shouldn't get over anyone's murder, but, we followed the court system. Ain't that what they tell us when the shit don't work with us? The justice system
prevails.
Yeah. So we got to move on. This is what we chose when we live in this democracy, correct?
Exactly.
All right, Neil, what's going on with you?
I'm actually in not good in good.
You say
spirits.
memory.
So I'm working on this paper for class, and I'm just not feeling it.
You got to do it.
I'm just not feeling class. Like, I am counting down the days to finish up this last class so they can give me my punk ass piece of paper.
Yes.
So, just going through that and just going through the motions of doing that shit. So it's going to get done. Your boy watched Blackish. Did y'all watch Blackish? Did y'all see that musical?
What you call it? Blackish.
Blackish.
It was
that different. Musical that was inspired by Hamilton Schoolhouse Rock.
I never seen Hamilton, so maybe that's why I didn't pick it up. But
I'm just a slave.
Oh, that did hurt your feelings.
I'm only a slave.
What? And he got us what? As far as
I hope I can get away.
Oh my goodness!
I don't know what it was, but it was something like that. But it left me feeling some type of way.
Really?
I didn't know what way to feel. It was almost like okay, what now?
Yeah. I don't think like it was a good episode. Like Blackish creators are always doing a great job. I just don't think that this episode one for us, honey. This one for Negroes.
Well,
you think it was? I thought this was for the others.
Probably.
I think this is episode, and everything can't be for you. I think this is for others.
Because Nerum celebrates Juneteenth.
Come on.
Nerum takes off work.
Come on.
They already know Juneteenth
and Kwanzaa,
all
of that.
Malcolm X's birthday,
Black Love Day.
I'm not coming to work.
Yeah.
I'm finding all the black holidays.
Yes.
Shit, the day Martin Luther King graduated and got his PhD, I'm taking that day off.
Okay.
I'm just taking all days off. I'm taking Betty Sebastian's birthday off. Any black holiday I can think of. So I guess it was for other people.
Yeah. I think it was. Like I said, it was a decent episode, but I knew as soon as they start. And the thing is, so my two things with it was first the musicals, because y'all, I feel the same way about musicals as I do about spoken word. So you already know how Nyambi feels about that. I don't care whose musical it is. It can be black, brown, or in between. And then the other piece of talking about Juneteenth and bringing that all into it and what's going on. And, I just battle with so much going on. You get fatigued. Mm-hmm. And I kind of was looking for a laugh, but I guess we can't laugh.
You gotta be woke, baby.
No.
You can't laugh. You can't laugh and be woke at the same time.
Why?
That's against the principles of being woke. You gotta be mad.
Who wrote the principles of being woke?
I'm just saying.
That sounds like a good book, don't it? The principles of being woke.
The principles of being woke. It goes against the principles of being woke. You can't have happiness.
Yeah.
And you can't have laughter.
Say you can't have happiness?
No, because you always got to be ready.
Yeah.
For the next time to be mad, so you stay mad, and because you stay mad, you always woke.
Yes, it was very historically significant.
Yeah, I get it. I get all that. I love it all.
Me too. It was just, I didn't know if I was looking for the first episode to do that.
Yeah, they could have hit the mid.
I mean, even the second or third. I'm still curious of how Bo got out the hospital. Wasn't she really sick? Didn't her and the baby almost die?
Yeah.
There's
so many questions.
How did we jump?
About Bo and that baby.
And what's the baby name again?
I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. And how we integrated that baby. I'm more curious about that. Did Zoe pick her school yet? Is Zoe at school yet? Why is she still at home?
That's another good question. I thought Yarashidi was at school. I thought she was at Harvard.
Shut up. She is at Harvard. She is down the road. Don't get it fucked up, okay? But it was just, I don't know. Like I said, I went to it more as a series that I was trying to follow up and catch up on. And then they hit me with that. I knew it was on a popping. When I seen Just the Bill, I was like, okay, but that makes sense. He works for an advertising firm. I seen that. But I knew we was on for something when we hit them Broadway lights. And I seen the choir and they start sweeping the floor. I said, oh shit. We got an August Wilson classic coming. Then they put their hands up in the air. I said, here we
go. Jazz hands. But
it was, everybody was lip sync.
It was a good episode.
A musical. It was a good episode. But I don't like musicals.
Nyambi's really not for musicals.
Just say it.
And
words. What Crystal say, words mean. Just say it.
And I wasn't expecting that. But
when did you know? At first I thought it wasn't going to be the whole episode. When did you like, oh shit, we in this for the next 28 minutes?
Well, when they have Aloe Black do that song,
I know.
Dre, I think this might be better off for a song.
And the thing is, how did he get to the ad firm? Maybe they shouldn't have had him play himself. Maybe he should have said, we have our head of musical production here. It was just really weird. Do you know, they really broke down the fourth wall. And I don't think I was ready for that fourth wall to be broken down. Also, I knew it was something when I seen Lawrence Fishburne singing. I ain't seen him sing since What's Love Got to Do with It, Ike Turner.
Stop it. You gonna make me.
It's something on my mind. Somebody please. When was the last time you seen Lawrence Fishburne sing? Ike.
Yeah.
So all I can think of is Ike. With that bowl cut. And that deep V.
Ike want to celebrate Juneteenth too.
But it was good. It was, we just got to give you the real, the good, bad, and ugly. It's of course it's black. It's brilliant. But right. I just don't think that one was for us. And maybe it was. And when I mean us, I don't even mean black people.
Right.
So I mean us, the woke. So if you're woke,
yeah.
They ain't tell us nothing new in that video. None of that was new. But it is some folks, including brown people, who don't know about Juneteenth, who don't know the historical significance of what happened hundreds of years ago and what's happening now. So,
right.
I try to be a compassionate viewer and supporter and know that every episode ain't going to be for me, but that still don't mean that I can't support.
Exactly.
So that's what I'm trying to move forward. So, yeah, I'm sorry for laughing a little bit. But when Ike got on that stage, honey, what did Ike say?
I'm just a slave.
Shut up. No, that was the Roots. And that threw me off a little bit. I said, God damn.
I'm only a slave.
And I think I worked 10 hours that day. I said, shit. I done got home, got my popcorn popped, and they talking about slavery and shit. Oh.
Naomi's like, I just won up.
I think I was going to put on Law and Order, but I was like, I can't do that. I got to make sure my folk, no, it was Tuesday. I don't know. I was going to put on something else. But I was like, no, I got to make sure my people get the views. Because I sure was about to hit that hitter and say, I need to be entertained. I felt like I was in AFAM studies class.
Okay. So that was my update.
Oh, that was your update?
Yes.
I'm sorry. I was way too vocal in your update. Did you have any other feedback about? Nope. I know you really like Blackish and you really like the Roots. So?
We got any pillow talk?
Of course we do. You know, I like how you start off. Of course, y'all, you know, we got to talk about here American. I said American Horror Story. You want to kind of let us know what how it starts and where we're at?
Yeah, so it starts off with Beverly. That's Tara's mama.
You make me want to bust out True Blood.
That's the only rule I can see her in. Is Tara's mama.
She played the shit out of that.
So Tara's mama informed Kai, that's the white boy with the blue hair.
Yes, who needs an Emmy.
Right, that her boss was, is compromising the news coverage to look like the clown murders and, thereby hindering Kai's campaign for city council. What else is going on? These motherfuckers go get some more clown masks.
Yep.
And they could break into Bob's house and they film his murder.
Wait, can we talk about how I told y'all that Ivy, the lesbian woman, was in on this shit? Can we I wish I had a receipt to insert right here.
You do have a receipt. Just listen to the episodes.
Oh, Miriam, I mean to insert it right now.
Oh.
Okay. I wish we had that because I knew I didn't have to get through a whole episode. I knew 3 minutes and 23 seconds in that this bitch is a part of it. But Sarah Paulson character got to get her shit together. She's so involved. She a little narcissist. So she involved with her shit. She didn't realize her bitch was slipping up.
Right.
Because like I said, let Miriam start cutting crazy and talking about hoes and clowns and this ain't the first rodeo. Oh no, his ass got to get it put away. And she was just too cool with it. Just get some rest. Did you take your medicine? Bitch, you smoking medicine? I can't, she need more than a lithium pill. Like, she need help. Mm-hmm. And I can't provide it. And it turned out the bitch, what? In the fuck on it.
My thing is, when Bob was like, don't kill me, who's going to take care of him? It's like, who? The Gimp and the addict.
I thought Gimp was a derogatory word.
For a little person?
I don't know. It just didn't sound right. Did you ever Google it? No. It, American Horror Story have us on here looking like a privileged white man.
No, it's like.
Oh, here it is. Oh.
Talk to me. Don't talk to us.
I just Googled something. I don't think I did I don't think I spelled it right.
Oh my God.
I don't think I.
What you get?
Something about manipulation. I don't know. I just didn't know what a Gimp was. You continue telling folks what it is with the rest of the show. And once I figured out, I'll let y'all know.
That nigga, he was a sadomasochist.
What is it, nigga?
A sadomasochist.
You like that?
And his ass had that fat boy, that fat dude in that damn mask with the sensory deprivation.
Oh, because I was like, can't he see or hear you?
No.
Damn.
Floating from the sky.
You talk about trust.
The fuck out of here.
You can't see or hear?
No.
Oh, wait. Okay, here it is. For those who aren't familiar, a Gimp refers to someone whose sexual fetish is to dress up in a rubber mask or bodysuit and then be restrained and dominated. I promise you, I thought Gimp was a derogatory term. I was like, Ryan Murphy is overstepping his boundaries. I'm a fan of Ryan Murphy. I said, but you can't be calling folks out their name like that.
You see what I mean by being woke? You always got to be ready to be mad. Why Ryan Murphy talking about them little people like that? Why you calling them Gimps?
I don't know what I thought a Gimp was.
You see what I mean about being woke, y'all?
But I was, at first I like cringed. I was like, Gimp? Why would he call someone that? I did not think it was a little person, but I thought it was something that was derogatory. Like inappropriate white man word for something. Mm-hmm. It didn't feel that way to you? Maybe it's just the scene that it was in and the way that the guy said it that I was like, it's this all bad. Maybe he just wanted to save his life. Oh, so they had the Gimp. I got to do some more Googling. Please excuse me if this turned out to be derogatory. So in season 1, the rubber suit man, he's a Gimp.
Yeah.
Or he the Gimpy.
He a Gimp. Because his ass was in that rubber suit.
Have y'all heard of this Black Love community? Have y'all ever heard the word Gimp? In my life, in your life? I've never.
This is in arenas that I probably don't fuck with.
I mean, you do a little.
moving on.
No, we still talking about American Horror.
And that's what I'm talking about.
Oh, you don't.
I'm
Want to talk
moving
about
on
what
from
you
this
like?
Gimp shit. No, because I'm not about this Gimp lifestyle.
Okay. We're not talking about what we like. That's a different episode. Ain't nothing. And first of all, Neil, don't try to slut shame people. Don't Gimp shame people.
Hold on.
If you into that shit, do it safely. But you see what can happen.
So now we got to have a Gimp walk. Because niggas Gimp shaming.
You Gimp shaming,
I ain't
not
Gimp
me.
shaming shit.
It ain't nothing wrong as long as you practice safety and have safe words. It's nothing wrong with everybody. Like what I say, everybody got a tick.
Flamingo is my safe word.
Mine's is pork chops. Come on, what else happened in American Horror?
So they killed Bob ass and they filmed this murder.
I knew they was gonna kill that. I knew from the look in that black woman's eye she was gonna kill
Beverly. And then Beverly ass is doing this shit and just the smiling.
Ooh, she gave that story. We're talking about all them people done got killed with a smirk on her damn face. Sis, you're not only did these other people die, but sis, your colleague just died. Talking about our reporter Bob. Like the only thing she missed was a giggle.
Right. Rest in peace, nigga.
Yeah, basically.
So,
but I knew she was on some shit when they was killing. So this is how I know they getting out of order, and they put a mask back, and he's still alive. Even though they killed him, but they pull a mask back, showing they mask off, like Future said, they mask offing, and they videotaping it. And sis, no, you can't trust white people with videotapes.
Shit, I barely wanted to talk. Had my ass wrapped
I
up.
wouldn't have been talking.
Nope. Me either.
Or I
just
had
been
me
pointing.
a voice change. What you call one of them machines?
I have one like that racist dude that had niggas for sale. Or blacks for sale. You know how he had that voice? I just put it up there.
Oh my goodness.
To show if people
Y'all
say
better
we
take
racist.
a clue from the Ku Klux Klan, huh? You better hide your face and hide your voice.
Right. If people say we racist, well, I'm going to be racist then. That would have been me.
Nigga, bye. You is racist. What do you mean if people say? You are.
All right. So then Beverly was like, advises Kai that she need to cut loose with RJ, with that other dude who she feels like it's the wink link. So, next thing you know,
Beverly, distraction.
everybody done tied this nigga up and they start shooting this nigga in the head with a nail gun.
God damn. They're crazy on American Horror Story.
That is crazy.
They're crazy on American Horror Story. You know who I'm starting to like a lot?
What?
I'm starting to like, what's Sarah Paulson's character name? I forgot.
I don't know.
I forgot her name. I'm starting to like her therapist a lot. I don't know why.
And he in it too.
You think he in it?
That's Kai's brother.
Oh, I like him though.
That's Kai's brother.
Where was I asleep?
That was like the last episode when he was talking about where his mama and daddy was at, and he called his brother, and his brother was like,
dozed off.
And his brother's like, well, no, we gotta put this lie down because I'm not gonna be telling my patients. I don't want to be the therapist of the patients, who parents died.
Oh shit!
And explain to them why my parents died and shit like that. They're gonna look at me like I need therapy.
Well, I hope all therapists don't. All the good therapists have a therapist.
Yeah,
my therapist got a therapist.
She do.
That's like my girl got a girlfriend.
Oh, okay.
Come on. Oh, that makes me sad. I really like that therapist, but is he killing them?
He advising to kill him, baby.
Well, that makes me sad.
Meanwhile, on the ranch, Meadow is on the run from Harrison and his lover because they got her ass tied up and trying to bury her ass alive. And that crazy white girl, damn, what is her Sarah Paulson's character name?
I forgot her name.
Go and being nosy as hell as usual.
Nosy, gonna go over there with what?
Nosy ass white woman.
Y'all let Beyonce keep getting y'all geeked up with hot sauce. That ain't enough. These niggas killing people. You can't go with no bat. You better, child, that ain't enough. You gotta go with the SWAT team. These type of Negroes. What?
So, and then we get into the part, this is what I was talking about, like where Beverly did that pinky swear lock with Kai.
Yeah.
And she started asking about like the whereabouts of his parents, and he started like divulging that, his mother shot his dad and then she killed herself. And then Dr. Rudy Vincent, insists that, they conceal the bodies in the bedroom and not to lose the money because like the dad had a pension and shit like that.
What the hell? Did I lose the last 10 minutes of
I guess
of
so.
the show?
Where were you? I thought you was next to me.
I'd be up at 6 in the morning every day.
I thought you was next to me.
Me too. I must have dozed off.
And that's how the episode went off. Because they started talking about that and Kai started breaking down, crying and shit like that.
Oh, well, of course, somebody done hurt him bad, honey. I knew that.
Hell, his daddy.
I knew that. That ain't John. And I almost don't like that they're trying to mix this with some Donald Trump shit now. This ain't got shit to do with Donald Trump. This got to do with a hurt boy.
The thing is...
Low key, high key. What?
Because Donald Trump with these fucking paper towels talking about... But anyway,
What did he say? What did you say about Donald Trump? What did you say about 45?
You know, we ain't even talking about his ass.
No, we ain't talking about him this week, did we?
No,
That's
we ain't gonna talk about him.
All right.
So, yeah, but there's some crazy ass white people shit on the fact that they was like, well, we just gonna put him in the bed and put some lie down. We just gonna lock the door. And then he talk about how he go visit them sometimes
now
and talk to his mom. Yeah.
Oh, I need
Where
to
were
rewatch
you?
the last 10 minutes.
Where were you?
I think I went to sleep.
How you miss all this good crazy white folkness?
Oh, that is some crazy white shit.
Where they parents
Negroes ain't gonna live what they did in the room next door.
Where their parents then had a murder suicide, and instead of calling the police because they didn't want to lose the money because like the daddy was getting like $1 million pension and shit like that, that they rather just lay their ass in the bed, lie all over them, and then just lock the bedroom door.
Come on.
And then he got the key, and then he go and look at them and go talk to them every once in a while.
Okay. I don't think we can blame that one on Donald Trump. It's a lot of shit we can blame on.
I'm going to blame it on Donald Trump.
But that one there, I don't know.
Them motherfuckers is blaming Obama for everything, so I'm blaming Donald Trump for this one.
Jesus.
What else we got? You seen This Is Us?
I did see This Is Us.
What are your thoughts?
I like This Is Us. I always enjoy it. I think actually, y'all might get me for this. I thought the second episode was better than the first one.
It was.
First one was slow. The first one could have been done in 10 minutes. The first one could have been done in a preview. You know they do them clips on YouTube?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what the first episode could have been, just a clip. But where do we start? We start with them packing up and getting ready for them all to go see, why can't I remember nobody's name? The Manny, his show. So I'm actually proud of that white boy. He's going back to revisit his show. Because if y'all remember the first season, he lost his shit. He went tiki tiki boom boom on their asses and threw his shit and left, right? But now he's doing kind of his return to there. Kind of, to say, psych, I'm not too crazy. Like, And also I think it's growth on both sides. Because he could have let his ego get to him and be like, fuck you. I'm not coming back nowhere, right? But he decided to. And he's actually in a good place. I'm going to talk a little bit about him. I think he's had some growth. Yeah. No, don't get me wrong. Foundationally, he's a douchey white boy, right? But from where he first began, having that tantrum to where he's at now, I think that's been growth. Because even the showrunners really tried to get a last stab at him because, the script was decent. And like he even went to him and was like, this is really well written. I'm glad to collaborate with you. Really trying to make amends, right? Mm-hmm. And the producer or the director, I'm not sure which one, was like, basically, fuck you. I'm going to my office. And like right before they went on air, they had a rewrite for the script. And the last scene was like him coming out in a diaper. And he like, what the fuck? Like, the douchey white boy like, what type of, how we going from decent serious talk to me in a diaper? Like, that's stupid. That's why I went tiki tiki. Then the director kind of looked at him like, I dare you, motherfucker. So basically, I got the version that they wanted him to go tiki tiki again, right? They didn't think he was gonna make it. They thought he was gonna be fragile. But what he did instead was own that shit. Mm-hmm. He ate the humble pie. He owned it and he embraced it and he killed that shit. And although he was insecure when he first did it, and this is kind of the end, so we're working a little backwards, but he looked out into the audience and he looked at his family, his black nieces who was laughing, his woman, I forgot his name, his those are the people who were laughing and enjoyed it. And it kind of was that connection, like, who are you doing this for? And who opinions do you care about? So if your family thinks it's funny and they support you and move forward, what else matters compared to, I think he was very, narcissistic and worried about, other people's thoughts and images of him. So I think that's been a great growth for him over this time. And I'm trying to get there too. I'm trying to have some growth too. Because some will say I pulled a tiki tiki. No. Or I could be a tiki tiki and say you can keep all this shit.
Nyambi is very known for being tiki tiki and being like you can have everything.
I would start from scratch.
Nyambi will always pull a Dr. Dre at the end of
NWA?
Yeah.
I will.
That NWA movie.
I'm not attached to material things.
When Dr. Dre left Death Row and Shook's like, you can't have none of this shit. He's like, good.
I don't want none of it. I do not believe in being attached to material things. Nothing. You can say you can't have none of this shit. I'm like, I don't want. I start again. I get some more. Don't worry. The other storyline that was interesting but got on my nerves was Beth again. Jesus. So Beth and Randall.
Well, Randall was doing random things.
Don't do that. See, now I have to take up for Randall because that's what the fuck Beth does. When we going to say you doing Beth shit, okay, honey? Beth does Beth shit too. All that over talking, that fast talking, and thinking you remembering shit. I don't like when she do that. She might be gaslighting him.
What?
Beth gaslight Randall.
You just saying that because you got a soft spot for Randall.
No, she's gaslighting him because Randall shit and Randall right. Hell, so just to bring you up to date, they decided not to adopt, right? But Beth, remember, she was in the park in the hood in the middle of the night and seeing these black boys on the corner slinging that dope, talking about, don't you want to help them, Randall? Blah, blah, blah. And he's like, yeah, I want to help them, Beth. He just said it because he wants some pussy. But he said, yeah, I want to help them, Beth. And I guess they're starting the process to foster. However, the foster, some would say it's as hard, depending where you live. Depends where you live at, honey, and who you foster. It's hard or hard as, starting the adoption process. It can be more, how can you say it? When they invade your kind of, intrusive than adoption. Because the way they were doing adoption was like, from a baby and, you use a lot of that, you pay a lot of money for that. Like, it's different compared to fostering where a lot of times you're paid for it and, y'all know. And I guess Beth is somehow gung-ho for this because I think, they're trying to get them a little black boy, a.k.a. another Randall. And they need Randall to fill out the paperwork, and he been pussyfooting on it. Mm-hmm. So she talking about, we supposed to fill it out today. He talking about, do it on the plane. And she didn't, first of all, I don't know why, but Beth carried this in her afro or what. She just keep pulling out this piece of paper. He ain't filling this shit out. And then what he said was that he was just scared because, with the adoption and they were doing it from birth, I think it's that idea versus nature versus nurture. Mm-hmm. So they believe that, you kind of get them as a blanket slate as you can, as a couple months old, right. No matter what the, their early beginnings were, being if it was drugs or anything like that, you can still work through it, right? You can kind of allegedly. You can work.
Exactly.
You can, I think it's easier to work through that, right? Because you had them since a baby, like day one. Their only influence they're going to remember is you.
They still can be ticky.
Yes, but you're still the only influence, right?
Yeah,
you the influence compared to fostering, where you can get kids anywhere from babies to, as I say, grown motherfuckers. You become a grown motherfucker at 14, and grown, I don't mean grown, literally like an adult. I mean talking about that mouth. Them kids who make you want to choke them the fuck up.
Yeah,
like they want to say grown things. And for a slight minute, you think you can take them like a grown person. And Randall was like, shit, what if they crazy? What we going to do? How we going to handle this? Are we cut for it? And then Beth, her, what do you mean? Of course we're cut for it. And I'm like, yeah, Randall I don't know if Randall can get with her. They might be able to go circles around them and all that 3C hair. You get the right one from the block. You don't think? What? What, they been pulled a what's his name, Ghost son?
Tariq.
Yeah, and robbed all that shit up in there, honey.
And go back to the hood.
And then go back to the hood.
I can't with you.
What? If I know some Negroes, like I know nice folks out there who really need, want to be fostered or want to be helped. But I know some of them, honey, that know that system in and out, and they survivors, and you can't blame them. They are survivors. So, I thought his concerns were valid, and I think she kind of dismissed them a little bit. Not saying that should have been a make or break. So, the make or break shouldn't have been, oh, we worried if we get someone who had a rough background, how do I handle it? No, I don't think that's a make or break, but I think that's a valid, if you're taking one step towards fostering, you need to have a real conversation about this shit.
But I think where I get Beth what you're talking about, because Randall is on that Randall shit.
What?
Because all of a sudden he was all for this adoption shit, and then she had her little things with it, and then she came to realize of it. Now all of a sudden you wanna pussyfoot and all this. No, nigga, you wanna do this shit? Let's do it. The hell? You didn't convince me to do it. What
he ain't signed up for no 14-year-old.
She said you didn't convince me to do this shit. I'm out here missing a TV show that I don't even like because of you.
I don't know. I just thought Randall's concerns, although I don't think it should be a make or break, I think they would be great foster parents. They valid.
He just needs to learn how to use that belt.
Shut up. No, I'm not going to go down that road. But
you just need to learn how to use that belt.
And then the thing is, we got to tell the girls. I am curious how they going to tell them girls that.
They just told them at the end.
I mean, but what did the girls say?
Nothing. It just went off. That's
what I'm saying. Like, it's more than like, what does that mean? Like, how do you, that's a process in itself. And I'm curious to see, because they're going to get some black boy, right? And how to integrate
them.
What
if they get a white boy?
Oh, my God.
With autism.
So, like his brother? Oh, you don't got autism.
Which one?
He only got one brother, the Manny.
You think he got autism?
He got something.
I don't think it's autism.
Oh, okay. Sure.
So what if he gets
No, it's too many black boys and girls who need to fostering. If they do that, I might have to stop watching. What? What? Why would they do that?
I don't know, but
And the thing is, it can be any shade of brown. It could be Latino. It just need to be a brown boy.
Mm-hmm.
As much help as stay in the system, brown boy or girl. In the system? Child, didn't we just talk about that? How that brown boy whooped me, and my mama said if he run out in the street, ain't nobody gonna take him.
Oh.
Come on. What else did I have? I got a low key problem with Beth and how she be hating on no Manny. She don't like him. Why she don't like him? The Manny seemed cool to me.
And the man is the reason why they together.
Come on, that's why she had that realization.
I'm the one that helped. I'm the one that was putting that bug in his
Spitting
ear.
that game. You talking about you
Spitting
like
that
my
game.
game. They actually, I've been thinking like they the same person kind of. They mirror each other.
Mm-hmm.
I think they mirror each other's attributes, positive and negative. And I think that also shows up in Randall, right? Because I do think Beth loves Randall. That's never a doubt. I think she supports him. But I think sometimes she do be, I don't know. Bully's not the right word, but, oh, Randall. And I think that's what his brother do to him.
Mm-hmm.
But I think he do it in a little rougher brother way to be like, get over yourself. But at the same time, when Randall needs something, he's there. Like I still go back to that scene when Randall was in that corner having that Randall panic attack, and that white boy knew exactly what to do.
Right, his ass ran over there and got his.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like it's something about that type of love that he has. I think it mirrors the relationship he has with his wife, and I think if they sit down and talk, they will realize how much they have in common. You don't think that Beth and the man he has have parallels?
I think it's more of a shadow. I think they're
what you mean?
opposite.
Really? I think they the same motherfucker. Just one with an afro and one with blonde hair.
Oh.
But why do you think they shadow each other?
I think they're opposite, and I think that's more or less why Beth don't fuck with them.
Usually opposites are attracted. Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes. Well, sometimes it ain't either.
Well, Beth had a problem with everybody knew who came in the house. She had a problem with her, his daddy, everybody.
Well, because Beth feel like she ain't got no control. Niggas just pop up. Beth say, I go to work, I come back, there's this man who got cancer who's dying, and ain't nobody give me a heads up, not a phone call, not even a
you don't
text.
get heads up when it's people's parents. I feel like certain groups don't give head up, and I think family fall into that. Niram, I could come home tomorrow and your whole family be in here. Yes, I'm going to give you harsh pillow talk.
But the thing
and
is,
looks at you. But that's your family.
But the thing is, he ain't never met this man. Beth ain't never met this man. It ain't like my mama just said, like, all right, I'm here. Like, this dude then picked up Joe Small off the street.
Allegedly, this my daddy.
He ain't did no test, no nothing. And he got cancer, so I'm gonna put him on my health insurance.
I'm not worried about the cancer piece, but he did look a little sketchy.
Right.
He did look like he'd seen some things. THANGS.
And we ain't gonna talk about this mother dollar relationship with
That's
old
the
girl singing.
The last thing I was gonna say. Ladies, I think we all can speak to this one. Where our relationships with our mothers can be it can be the most beautiful thing in the world, and it can be the most toughest thing in the world. It was hard looking at it because both Beth and her mother were wrong and right.
Her name Beth too?
Oh. Who Beth?
I thought Beth was Randall's wife.
Oh shit. I'm sorry. You done made me Mandy Moore. I gotta use the real name. Mandy Moore, and I forgot her name, Chrissy. I think that's her name in real life, honey. The thicker woman. Her mama. I thought they both were right. You stupid. You said they both named Beth. You tried me. I think they both were right, and I think they both were wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make Kate? What did I call them?
Chrissy.
Kate and Rebecca. See, Rebecca is her name. Beth, Rebecca, same shit.
Oh.
And what's the white manny name? Kevin?
Yeah.
Oh, no, I wouldn't have got that, honey. And I guess from a male's perspective, it's very hard to talk to it. But even with my mom, there's situations, and I know my mom loves me, and most mothers love all their daughters, correct? But it's the way that a mom can say something to you that you're like, bitch, like, really? You're trying me right now? Like, this is how we're going to start off. I can totally identify with Beth when she was cleaning up the house before her mama came. Because mamas always find a way to do something.
She always finding that little dust in
the corner.
Always
dust somewhere. Or, for example, I take for my mom. So she'll come to my house and start cleaning. So what you say in my house is dirty before you. So you trying to say I've not cleaned my house since you left. But she said, oh, let me just help and clean. No, by you doing that, you telling me I'm a trifling woman.
And I just be looking like, well, thank you.
And that dust bunny has not left since you've been here. And it's like she took a picture of it. It was like, I'm going to see if it's still there. And I'm going to do it. And I ain't talking about little cleaning, right? We're not talking about, oh, let me dust off the countertops, right? We just in the kitchen. My mama going heavy duty cleaning. Like, I've never lifted up my couch to clean under it.
Your mama do always
it's like deep cleaning. I'm like, so you don't think I deep clean my house?
Your mama always be hitting us with a spring cleaning.
A spring cleaning, open the windows. Like, so that I know. So that was kind of my ticky. With that, I would say that goes on with my mom compared to her name ain't Beth. I'm sorry, with Kate. She said my mom always come in and look me up and down. And what mama do? So she come in. Oh, stand back. Let me look at you. And I cracked up when Kate started adjusting her bra. She be looking at me like my bra don't fit. And it got to be hard too when she was a younger girl and she was a heavier set girl and her mom's being skinnier and allegedly or perceived more prettier, or the ideal beauty at that time, right? Mm-hmm. That had to be hard as a young girl to navigate through that. Well, everything you did or wanted to do, your mom did it better. So it's one of them things where you never could be your own person. And I almost identified when her dad came in, Jack was like, you got to be nicer to your mama. I feel like my dad would be like, why do you always pick a fight with your mom?
Y'all sure do be fighting.
You think we be fighting?
Yeah.
How?
Because both of y'all Leo, so y'all got the same damn son. It's pretty much you having a conversation with your older self.
What? Shut up.
Because both of y'all got that mouth.
What do you mean?
And y'all just be running that mouth, and then you get both mouth runners at once. Ain't nobody listening, and everybody got an opinion. Everybody's opinion is valid.
Yes, period. And then meanwhile on the ranch, Nerum and my father just in the background, right? Just looking.
Having a long guy.
But what I thought was admirable was Toby, Beth, Kate. Why can't you call everybody Beth? Kate's fiance came because the mama tried mama things. Am I just overreacting? I just came here to support her. Meanwhile, after Kate got through performing, she said, you did a great job, honey. And after more practice, you'll be able to just wow the room. Ma'am, what happened to congratulations? What's that extra shit you saying? And what did Toby say? How did Toby shut that down?
He said, I am Team Kate.
No matter what.
No,
what did he say?
Just before you finish, just to let you know, I'm Team Kate.
No matter what, right? Mm-hmm. You can say what you want, but please don't.
Don't put me in this, because remember, I'm Team Kate.
What you thought about that? So from having to be in that ball game sometimes.
I'm quick to say I'm Team Nyambi.
I don't know if you've ever said it explicitly as him. I think he done gave a few of y'all niggas the framework. Y'all better copy it. This is us give a few frameworks. And that's one of them. And he was like, no disrespect to you. I'm not saying your opinion is valid or invalid, but no, always I will be
Team Kate.
Yeah. What, Nero? Get it out.
I don't have nothing to say. I don't have nothing to say. No, but I think that, you know how you say it's interesting between this conversation of that father-son dynamic.
Yes.
Like, mother-daughters have the same shit. It just plays out differently. Mm-hmm. Like father-son is like niggas want to put hands on each other and like wrestle and get physical. Where mother-daughter is
with your words.
It's like a psychological thriller.
Game. Yeah, it's like a what?
A psychological thriller.
Who go kill who first with
exactly.
the words? And then the last thing I would say is touching a little bit on that father-daughter relationship. When Jack came and told his daughter that he suffers with alcoholism, and all she did was put her hands up to his face. Almost hit the ground crying. And even Milo, Jack, I don't know if that was acting. He caught himself. He was like, he was trying to like he was crying in real life, honey.
Right.
Like, and that little girl, whoever played baby Kate, she played the fuck out of that. She had them old folks Karen eyes, didn't she?
What is old folk Karen eyes?
I mean, that's a lot to be on a 10-year-old. Like, she been on this earth before the way she looked at him. Mm-hmm. I know she was on this earth before when the daddy came and picked her up, or because he was trying to figure out a distraction from this alcoholism. And she's like, "What's going on with you? How's work going?" Them old folks questions. Mm-hmm. Kids just don't ask how work going, and relax and stuff. So that moment was very touching. I thought it really highlighted the bond between a father and a daughter, and how it was like unspoken, and how he was. I felt almost more nervous to tell her. Like, I feel like it was his wife he was most nervous, right? Uh-huh. And then the daughter. I feel like the sons, he just gonna be like, guess what? I fucked up. This is what I did. I'm working through it. Don't you fuck up. Right? I think the conversation is going to be totally different he has with his sons compared to like, it was almost physically hard for him to tell his daughter, coming from a man who always has the right answers, always inspiring her, telling her she's beautiful, and kind of have these life answers, where he literally stumbled through saying the simple words that I suffer with alcoholism. That's all he had to say. And he tiptoed around it and was up and down and was stuttering. Like, and she looking at him like, what in the, where are we getting at? So I thought that was very touching. What you thought?
When I was looking at that, the question I have is, how is your relationship with your father? Y'all got that same
What you mean?
bond, that closeness?
I think me and my father are close. I think as I've gotten older, we've gotten closer. So when I was that young, I don't think I was as close as they were. But and I think I was close with my mom when I'm younger just because of proximity. So my father used to work nights. So he'll be it's a days when you work like that 3 to midnight.
Yeah.
That's days.
No.
I don't know. Okay. Whatever. Y'all know what I want. So that
third shift.
That third shift. So, that's a nice chunk of my day. If I'm in school all day and then he don't get home till I'm asleep. So I didn't really only see him on his off days and weekends or in the morning, right? So, we always had a good relationship, but I think me and my mom when I was younger were closer just due to she the only one there. I'm the only child. And I think that's how we honed in our practice of arguing. But once I got older, it shifted with my father, and we've gotten closer. And now we have, I would say, that type of relationship. Like, we've definitely grown as friends. I think me and my mom still trying to get to the friends point.
Oh, yeah.
We friends sometimes. Me and my mom frenemies. Like, we hang with the same crew. But we'll be talking sly.
About each other.
But we've been missing each other when we ain't there. But we talk sly. One day we going to be friends. Me and my dad friends, though. But me and my mom frenemies. But we the life of the party frenemies. So everybody want us there. How would you describe it? No?
Ridiculous.
You think we frenemies?
Yes, y'all.
But we don't
frenemies.
want other people talking about us, though. Talking like the other person.
And the thing is, they're frenemies, but they feel like they only have the right to talk bad about each other. I just can't stand her in there. She always thinks she's right. And then I say something. Hold up, Nero. That's my mama. I can say whatever I want about my mama. I don't care. You've been around 12 years. You can't say nothing.
Compared to when my dad necessarily don't have a friend of me. So even if me and my dad, even me and my dad arguing looks very different than me and my mom. So me and my dad arguing is eventually we gonna have a conversation. Like, this is what it is. Like, what's going on? Me and my mom, though, we gonna throw some shade. We gonna talk about some shit from 92. We ain't gonna talk for a minute. Or we'll bypass the reconciliation and just pretend it ain't happened.
Yeah, and then y'all friends again, and then what happens?
Then we remember.
And then they get back to it.
What about you and your parents?
I think it's very interesting because, I said Papa was a Rolling Stone.
I said Papa was a Gimp. I said, don't be doing all that. Wait, they gotta put their business out here.
So, early on when he was there, when I was younger, we had that relationship.
Yeah.
And things that sort. And then, as he got older and he left and, it's just me and my mom. I don't know. I think when it's all said and done, I still have, I don't think neither one of them I'm close to them as you are, with your father. Mm-hmm. Neither one of them. Just on the fact that they was always out the house. Yeah. They was gone. When my pops left, my mom had to pick up double jobs and shit like that. And, I worked at an early age, so I really didn't have time. It was all ships and moving at the night. All right, Ma. I'm 15, 16, put money on the rent and shit. So,
yeah. It's a different dynamic then.
Very different dynamic. So I didn't have that.
Oh.
And even now,
it's not shifting now that you're getting older.
It's kind of shifting. But I even think about when I was in college and
yeah.
Taking out, I'm paying for my student loans, but I always got to remember I got to take out a little bit extra just to send home to mom and shit like that.
Yeah, make sure she got a little extra money.
So
yeah, it's a different power dynamic.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's something that you did at a younger age that some people don't do until they midlife, right? Today people in their 30s, 40s when they, traditionally I should say, where you start helping your family.
Exactly.
And it shifts because you get to say, I pay the cost to be the boss. But, it's different where although you were helping, I'm sure your mama ain't be like, you ain't paid the cost to be shit.
Right.
I don't care how much you put up on here.
Sure.
She the boss, right? Because you're a teenager. You're not grown.
Right. But I'm still paying the cost.
It don't matter. You can just pay it.
That's some fucked up shit.
I mean, it does. It plays a weird dynamic. That's the weird dynamic where, I was lucky enough to not have to, No, let's be clear. Nyambi had a job since she's been 14. Okay. But, I never was to the point where I had to pay my parents like bills or anything. But my mom, there she go, friend of me again. I wanted a car. She made me save up X amount of dollars. And once I got the car, I had to pay her like a monthly rent, like a monthly payment. She tried it, didn't she?
Yeah.
She
well, I can't say that because
I was the only child. They could have just gave me that car.
Because
I think I'm gonna get my first child a car.
My first car was a 1986 Caprice Classic, and I paid $1,500 cash for it.
My car was nice.
Yes.
I mean, first of all, y'all don't get it twisted. It wasn't no Cadillac, no BMW, honey. It was a Saturn. Okay, let's be clear. I don't got time for people being shady. Talking about Nyambi be born with a silver spoon in her mouth. She ain't from Detroit. Nah, it was a Saturn, honey. It was not. It had to be under 10 G's. Maybe like. Back then, maybe about 8.
It was nice.
It was nice.
Nim had a Caprice Classic, y'all.
And how much you pay for it?
$1,500.
No, mine was at least $8,000-$9,000, I think.
And I think
it was new though. Like that's back when cars was a little cheap. Could you imagine getting a brand new car for like $9,000? Sign me up.
Shit.
Sign me up. I want it. Sign me up.
And I bought it from a drug dealer.
Nero.
What?
Well, what did it have to do with his profession? Like, what was it? A drug car? Yeah. You bought it from a drug dealer.
I bought it from a drug dealer.
How did you get titles?
All the paperwork.
Allegedly.
I did. I had all the paperwork, pink slips and everything.
Did he give you a good deal on it? Was $1,500 a good deal, or was this a working? Because y'all know sometimes, near I'm talking, but a Caprice Class is a good ass car.
I know. I missed that car.
Like it ain't a bad. Like it's old. It depends. It depends if they took care of it. If you took care of them cars, they can run you. They can run for years.
That bitch was nice.
Like double digits. Like it's people with them Caprice Classes that ran them cars for 20+ years.
Shit, I'm thinking about once I finish off this car, I'm gonna go try to find another drug dealer to buy.
The worst thing about those cars is they gas so much gas.
Yeah, they gas.
But like parts are cheap. Like they heavy. You can ride them in the snow.
Mm-hmm.
You can hit everything, honey. I don't know. You can hit a whole bridge and it ain't just a dent, honey. Them back in the day with them old metal box cars, ain't never get a dent, or you can pop the dent out.
Yeah,
come on.
I might have give me one of those again.
That's so my little Saturn. My little Saturn was nothing but plastic. So.
Okay, yeah. We got some other stuff to talk about, but
Ooh.
We done talked about This Is Us for a little bit. And I just want to brief this up. Like, Cam Newton's stupid as fuck.
Well, he's not the sharpest tool. He's on the spectrum.
That's stupid, nigga.
So when we're going to start acknowledging people for being on the spectrum in their social skills? The thing is, what he said out loud, he was saying in his head.
Exactly.
He just said it out loud.
He said that. That's what.
And the thing is, I don't even think he meant it disrespectfully.
No.
I think he was impressed. Like, wow, that's sexy. Like, almost like, dang, I really don't be, or he should say, I haven't been around a lot of women who can, kill it like you. Like, he just did not form it in the appropriate way. And I'm woke, but I don't think he meant to hurt nobody's feelings, but it was stupid, honey.
Yeah.
It was stupid.
It was stupid as hell.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did you want to explain what he did for folks who don't know?
Well, for those who didn't see it, this shit is fucking viral now, but Jordan Rodriguez, who is a reporter, had asked him, how he felt about when there were out receivers about being more physical and running routes and things of that sort. And Cam Newton laughed and was like, it's funny to see the female species talk about
he said it weird too.
Running routes and things of that sort. I just think that's funny.
And I don't think funny was the right words. He just didn't have a vast vocabulary.
That nigga should have stopped and thought about more what he said. So now now his ass getting dragged.
They getting dragged.
And his ass is getting canceled. He done lost his
whoa.
He getting canceled.
They done took his money.
His sponsorship is canceled.
Now
that nigga can't eat no more Greek yogurt.
Oh my God.
No more Greek yogurt.
He issue an apology.
Shit, it's too late now.
He should immediately walk off stage.
My bad, y'all. My bad. I fucked up. He should have said, I misspoke. But his ass was so into it, like he was just so comfortable up there. Like,
it's Cam Newton. Do he play basketball or football?
Football, baby.
He should have said CTE. Just redirect. Just distract. Pull it from my president. Distract. Distract.
But no, what he said was stupid as hell. I ain't got nothing. In this climate, in this day and age, this shit ain't. It was just sexist.
Yeah.
It was dumb. Like
stupid. That's the thing is I would put it in the category sexist more so than dumb.
Yeah.
Because sexist, I feel like to be sexist, you have to have an underlying malicious intent. I don't think that was there. I just think it was dumb. I think it was dumb. Like, I don't think he said that to be funny. You know, some white boys, some brown boys out there that say that to be condescending. Mm-hmm. But I think he sincerely thought he was giving a compliment. Or like
you
I said,
think so?
Or I don't think he thought, like, I do not think that man meant to say that out loud.
I think so. I agree
think it
with
was in his head.
I think he said something that was in his head that he shouldn't have spoken.
But that's dumb.
Yeah.
Not to be able to communicate with your mouth and your head to say, don't say. It's a lot of shit I think that I don't say. Believe it or not. There's a lot of shit that's still swirling on up in this head of mine that I do not say.
Really?
Yes. And I do not say it. Thank you, prefrontal cortex.
So, Jordan posted something on Twitter. It's like, I don't think it was funny to be a female and talk about rights. I think it's my job. And then, people follow up with her. And she said, I spoke to Cam afterwards, and it was the worst. I choose not to share because I actually have a job to do today. And
because he said what Naomi just said. He said, I ain't mean to disrespectful. That was a compliment, bitch. That's what he said. I know what he said. Y'all know what he said, too.
So, I don't know, baby. How would you feel? You doing this and somebody be like, oh.
I mean, then, but Naomi, I give clap back. So I'd be like, I just can't believe you can chew gum and talk at the same time either. Bitch. Your stupid ass. Because what's the stereotype? Mm-hmm. Athletes are allegedly dumb.
Yeah, allegedly.
Well, how's that? How's the CTE treating you? There's plenty of clapbacks that would have had him go from, how people go when they don't, he's slow. So, it took him a minute to get it. You know how you go from grinning to like your grin fade? And he'll be skinning and grinning real wide. Did he realize she would talk about him? Did he go sad like a puppy? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Like, like that guy, like that Instagram post we had when that little girl, when the
like
daddy asked, what color is daddy? And she said purple. And he was laughing and it was like,
oh my God.
That's all that she should have did to him. Give it right back to him.
Yeah, she should have gave him a good clap back. But
yeah, I would have gave a clap back to him.
It seemed like that nigga getting canceled.
Yeah.
He getting canceled.
Damn, I didn't know they was gonna take his sponsors.
They took that nigga.
As a woman, I don't know if y'all should take his sponsors. I don't know if I was that offended.
They took his yogurt sponsorship. That nigga ain't selling no more yogurt.
I bet he gonna be kneeling next week. On the field and at the throne of the Lord. I know that check that had to hurt.
Hell yeah.
All right.
But I don't know. Maybe that nigga meant that shit.
Nah. You giving him way too much.
I'm just saying. Maybe that nigga meant that shit.
Nah.
If he didn't, he need to hurry up. He need to go ahead and make a donation to battered women's shelter or some type of...
Actually, just how about what we talked about last week? Black men helping black women for a change.
Something.
What's the next topic?
In more controversial news.
What's controversial?
Are we going to talk about Tina Campbell talking about she support Donald Trump because he a Christian?
Stupid. That's something else that should have stayed in her head. What does that have to do with anything? And why did you have to share that with anybody? That's something that should have stayed in your head. Even if that's what you did. Everything that you do does not have to be openly shared with everyone. Like, what I don't understand about celebrities. They say they want this personal life and they want to just live quietly and peacefully. But then they go write these think pieces that are stupid as hell and haven't been proofread.
So this is what she said, y'all. I was faced with two presidential candidates that I did not really approve of. And so I had to find something, a commonality with one of them. And that would make me feel better, if I voted for them. So I should utilize my right to vote? Since I did not prefer either of them, what can I find about them that can make me want to vote? And then she said Donald Trump views on Christianity honestly is what caused her to vote for him.
This is stupid, okay? Maybe this episode is going to be called ignorance. Sit your monkey ass down. Because, first of all, if we're going off Christianity, right? So, is Hillary a Satanist? When Hillary said she didn't believe in God?
I don't
When
know.
did Hillary say she didn't go to church? When did she say she wasn't a Christian? Like, where are people getting this receipts from? Honestly, I don't remember Donald Trump talking about the Lord that much. He went up in a couple few black cooning ass churches. But Hillary went to some coon churches too.
Yeah.
So niggas believe and see what they want to see. They're trying to validate this fucked up, uneducated decision that they made. And then don't bring the Lord into it. This would give Christians a bad name. Don't bring the Lord into this.
Sure do.
Don't, Lord, we went on Sunday. It's not in Matthew's 2nd chapter talking about vote for Donald Trump. That was not what they said.
In some churches they did.
Come on. So she can go sit down. I knew she went rap type the way she went through the stuff with her husband too. Because you know her cheating on, what's his name, Teddy. That's how I know his name because she said it so much. Oh, Lord, I can't believe Teddy did this to me. Bitch, what? Get in line. Out that mouth, I can. Getting on my nerves. Do the TV. Shit, got on Teddy's nerves. That's why he can't handle it. Between you and these hollering ass kids. Imagine her, them hollering ass kids. That'll drive any man to drink. Drive a dog to drink, as my grandma say. It'll drive a dog to drink. And I keep telling niggas, and I know hindsight is 2020. Why do niggas hate Hillary Clinton so much? I do not understand why niggas hated Hillary Clinton to the level that they are portraying her, where it had to be a choice between her and Donald Trump. It's some other shit going on. No, if we're going to talk about that Christian background, let's talk about these Christian stereotypes and norms that are pushed on the black church, that men should be the leader and women should not, and the most appropriate leader for this country should have been a male. That's maybe the stance she should have came from. But why did niggas hate Hillary so much? Can you help me, Bernie supporter? Because Bernie supporter is just now finishing up putting the Neosporin on their ass. What is it? Help me, Bernie supporter. Nearham's a Bernie supporter. Or was, or I don't know. What tense do y'all use? Was.
Look here.
I'm just because I am still a Hillary supporter, and once I finish this book, I'm going to get that one. It should have been called I Should Have Won.
The thing is,
like OJ, if I did it, I should have won.
I should have. He's stupid. No, the thing is, I'm not like how they are. Like these niggas, they so much of a Bernie supporter that they're like, well, I just vote for Jill Stein as
stupid,
or whatever. Like I'm not like that. I'm not a Bernie or Bruss. Like I come with pragmatism.
Yeah.
And at that point, like, yeah, I was like, I rock with Bernie closer than I rock with Hillary.
But what is it about? I just don't understand that Hillary with the Gimp community and y'all don't approve. Like, what was the thing about Hillary that was so extreme that turned people off in comparison to Donald Trump, right? That's what I'm saying.
Oh, I don't know.
And that's what I can't wrap my head around. So I understand the thing.
Well, the emails.
Niggas don't know about Benghazi.
Emails.
Nearham, pause.
Deplorables.
Nearham.
What else they be
Niggas is not that versed in Benghazi to be that connected to that. That's a fucking lie. Try again. Niggas ain't connected to the emails. No, that's a lie.
The deplorables.
Talking about I ain't vote for Hillary because of the emails. Let me pull up your Gmail to see what the fuck I find. Not safe for work.
The thing is, it was just so much going on in this
distraction.
It was a lot of distractions. The leaks, the hacks, none of that shit helped. There's Russia meddling shit, none of that shit helped.
We ain't talking about Russia till you get elected.
But I'm also thinking about the places like Hillary thought she had the Midwest on lock, and her ass didn't go there.
She lost the white vote, honey.
You know what I'm saying? She thought she had like other things on lock, and she didn't.
It wasn't the brown vote she lost. She lost the white vote. Her sisters.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because y'all black women voted for them.
We voted for her 110%.
So I think
you would thought Hillary was Audre Lorde, honey. Harriet Tubman.
So I think that's more or less what it's like. I don't know, because as a person, like in the primaries I voted for Bernie, but hell, when it came down to it, I'm like, okay, I'm still gonna pick the lesser of two evils.
Come on.
And I'm not stupid as fuck. They be like, I don't want a reality star in fucking White House.
And I think that's the piece I want to talk about. And we don't talk about this episode, but I always want to flesh out with folks to say, how in the entire fucking world did it come to the point where folks was up against Hillary and Donald Trump and people were still talking shit about Hillary? Like, even remember I was saying that before. Like, I was like, I don't understand what's happening with people. Like, I don't understand why people are upset. Like, what is the problem? Even remember we went on a podcast in Detroit, and we were talking about, qualifications, and old boy was talking about, well, Obama helped her out. Hold the fuck up. Now, I stand for the Obamas, right? But her being Secretary of State she done had a career longer than Obama. Like, do they realize the age difference, the history, the pedigree? Like, Hillary was bred for this shit.
Only thing they see is her not sucking the presidential penis.
How you know she? You know what? And y'all niggas always bringing that shit up.
I'm just saying. This is what niggas bring up in the barbershop.
Sucking dick.
Me personally, I don't give a fuck.
And they own woman ain't sucking. It just gets me upset. And when I seen this by Tina, because I love a good Mary, put the shackles, what I'm saying? What people saying? Put them shackles back up on her ass.
Yes,
like,
put those.
Go back to the Lord, go pray about it. But I think when I seen that, I just got triggered. And then especially her being a black woman, it's like, sis, even if you use Christianity as the foundation of your vote, it didn't align, honey. It ain't align unless you got some skeletons in your closet. Because Donald Trump wasn't preaching nothing. My Lord was preaching. That ain't we ain't in the same crew.
Right.
Hell, I argue Hillary ain't either. But that ain't what. Nope. I'm still angry. I'm scared. I don't know who's gonna be the president next. Who's gonna come for the Democratic or the Independent Party? Ain't nobody qualified.
Hell.
Cory Booker.
Kamala Harris.
I like her. They ain't gonna let her be president.
Nah,
they ain't gonna let a black woman be president for a long time. Y'all see how they treated their white princess? And like I said, Hillary, I don't agree with all of Hillary's policies. I don't agree with all of her slants, right? But one thing I can't take away from her is the bitch is brilliant. She was bred for that shit. I can't argue with that. I can't do nothing but put respect on her name.
You can't. And I think, with all that being said, I think that some of the reasons why, some of these niggas ain't rolling for her is the fact that she did not know how to articulate that shit. Because
she should have came out with Nyambi on her team.
No, I'm for real. Because, you see her, and you see her like, hell, she coning too. Like, all right, now she on the Breakfast Club. Now she talking about she got hot sauce in her bag.
And she should have been come from a stance like, this is what I was bred. This is my pedigree. This is what the fuck I do. This is what I live. This is what I breed. Because that's what she is. That's all she's been as a career politician.
I understand that. But I'm just saying from, the niggas I had conversations with, the barbershop talk, they just felt like that shit was phony. Like, they didn't care about none of that shit.
Well, she had to compete with Bernie ass, who kept throwing up that same pictures of him in the civil rights movement. Jesus, here come Bernie again. He worked with him. Okay, it's a lot of white people walked with him.
I understand that, but hell, when his ass lost, people still was like, well.
And Bernie then took his. See, this is not an election recap. Then Bernie took his sweet ass time to endorse her too. That was shady. I ain't forget that shit. Cause soon as he was out, I thought he was gonna take his old ass up there and be like, "All right, Queen Hillary." But he walked off.
No,
and took his ass back to Vermont. Ate some cheese.
And if his ass was fucking smart, he'd be like, "Hillary, put me on your bill."
Nah, I was waiting for.
And let
like
me be
that.
VP then.
If it's not VP, or just somehow highly connected, right?
But hell, his ass ain't nowhere in there.
He disappeared.
Exactly.
Yeah, I thought they were going maybe VP would have been pushing it, but I thought everywhere Hillary was gonna go. Bernie was gonna be in the shadow. Do you know what I'm saying? Donald Trump did all them big white men who the lawyers, and the mayors, them white men who all look alike. Mm-hmm. That's what Hillary should did. Bernie. Everywhere Hillary should have went. Bernie and Jill Stein.
Cause I think that's
come line up, bitch.
And I think that's another way that she messed up because the Bernie Bros was ass heard about this shit.
Oh my God, they were.
And she should have had his ass there
everywhere. Even if she
ain't bring I think with all the strife going on in DNC, there's no community. There's nothing there. So
ain't nothing.
So when Bernie didn't win, you can show that there was a complete divide, and motherfuckers I just not fucking with this.
They just stopped voting.
I'm not voting. I'm voting for Jill Stein. I'm not voting for none of these.
They went to sleep,
and this fuck happened. But instead, if Bernie ass was all right, I lost. I get that, folks.
But I'm
lost.
Behind Hillary.
I'm behind Hillary.
I don't even care if he was lying.
No, the thing is, he said I lost, but I don't want Donald Trump as president.
Yes,
and
that's the
statement. His ass took too long to get there because everybody thought that nigga was a joke.
All right, we don't got to reminisce on this. We don't bring back old memories, but that's still a conversation that I need to find someone who voted for Donald Trump And someone who voted for Donald Trump and regret it.
Well, hell, I'm saying, look at some of their neighbors. Go talk to someone else.
Yeah, I think some of them did vote for him, and they hurting now, honey.
Yeah.
Ooh, they hurting now. But I just want to have that conversation to be, and almost not. I guess it could be a white person, but maybe a white person. Like I'm gonna talk to a middle class or working class white person. You know, not a rich one, because I understand it's still playing in your ball game. He the president, right? It ain't hurting you, even though the alt rights come talking crazy. You want a different tax bracket, right? The alt right ain't reaching certain tax brackets, right? Or the way if it do, it look different,
right?
But I'm talking about them working class folks where it touch home a little differently. Them are the ones that I want to connect with.
I would like to talk to a coal miner.
Shut the fuck up. Oh, he kept talking about them coal miners. And all I could think in the back of my head is we don't want people to mine the coals no more. That's dangerous. Can we create a robot to do it and the people can run the robot? Like people die of what's it called, black lungs?
Yeah.
Jesus.
Shit.
We don't want them to do that job. I'm not saying I don't want them to work, but I know I don't want people to continue to die of black lung for $1. Your life is more precious. I love you that much. And I know it's generations of people who've done this, but someone has to tell them you can live longer than 48.
You got a book club update.
Oh, we're going to book club update?
Yes.
Yes. So Think and Grow Rich. You don't cut me off. Did y'all know it's a black version of Think Grow Rich? Shout out to y'all for putting us on to that. I'm gonna get it. I probably won't read it right after this, but I'm gonna put it on my Amazon wish list and get it during Christmas. I don't know if y'all know, during Christmas is when Niram watches Roots during Christmas, and I usually go on. That's when I do my book binge, right? So during Christmas, ain't that right, Niram? That's usually it's about 2 to 3 weeks in December where I barely turn on the TV. So that's when all the shows are on hiatus, and I literally read like a book a day. Like I purge, I go through all these books. I think it's because, you know, as a grad student, you read so many like academic articles that I wasn't reading any fiction. So I'm going to add it to my reading list in December. So thank you, Bruss Discuss, for letting us know. Do you have the full name of it so the folks can know about it too, Nero?
It's called Think and Grow Rich, a Black Choice by Dennis Kimbrough.
Dennis, make sure you look up. I think if you find the author, you can find it. So that's Dennis Kimbrough, Kimbro. Dennis Kimbrough. Yeah. So y'all check that out. I haven't read it, but Bruss Discuss said it's pretty good, and I'm gonna check it out in December. Once I get it in December and read through it, I'll let y'all know what I think of it too. Okay. So a summary from my book. So we're going to talk about, you know, we're at the point in the book, right, where they're just kind of each chapter is breaking down like these tools to get to the point. So I was on chapter 6, and it's called Organized Planning. It's the idea of the crystallization of desire into action. So this is the 6th step towards riches that requires an alliance with a group of people for the purpose of carrying out this plan. And the author really went into, to succeed, you must be sure to compensate these individuals in some manner, meet with them at least twice a week, and maintain harmony with each of the individuals in the group. This process of planning has to be continuous and persistent. Since failure will often come before success, despite your best efforts, you must select individuals who are likewise persistent. In addition, you must develop the qualities of a leader if you expect to lead such individuals as you're going through this. Some other things they gave in the chapter were like the 11 qualities of a leader, 30 causes of failure in life in general. I thought that was shade. And then they also have 28 questions you should be asking yourself annually to kind of gauge your process. And I was actually going to bring that back up around the new year, as I know, you know, me and Niram, we kind of do goals around our birthdays, but we can do some reflection towards the end of the year that I think would be good for, you know, the Black Lives Matter community. But what I really liked about this chapter, and Niram, you can jump into, is the idea of an alliance of a group of people. I think so many times people of color or women, when we have an idea, we try to do it insularly. Am I saying that right? Insular. And I think in a vacuum, yes. And I think that's okay for the brainstorming stage, right? I think it's okay for the brainstorming, throwing out ideas, crossing out, right? I think it's good for that. But I think for the action stage, you really have to have a support system, and you can't do it by yourself. And as I get older, I am more and more aware of the importance of your infrastructure that you have and how you're choosing it. And I think one of my lessons I learned this year is that your, you know, personal and creative and professional infrastructures all don't have to be the same, folks. And being okay with that. So I was the type of person that if I'm doing something creative or professionally, I want all that intertwined together. Right. And it doesn't necessarily have to. Nope. In doing that. And also the idea that they talked about being persistent. You have to be persistent persistent to really make things work. And lastly, and then you can jump in, like I said, is the idea that you have to compensate these individuals. Like, I think he mean coins, but when I think about that, I think of everything. So when folks are working with you, how are you investing in them?
Yeah.
So if someone's on your team helping you make your dreams come true, I think you should be helping them something. You're helping them with something, be it personal, professionally. It's like love tanks.
Yeah.
We take it back to the Black love community, right? How are you filling up your crew's love tank, right?
Exactly. I think one of the things that like individuals need to do is, like, you have somebody that's out there helping you, is that sometimes you just need to look back and say, all right, what do you need help with?
Yes.
And it's just as simple as that,
Yes.
and that can be a form of compensation. Like, all right, you help me
Yes.
with this. What are you working on? What are you struggling with?
I think that's the key sometimes.
How can I help you?
Yeah.
And I think, when it comes to like individuals working in a vacuum, the thing is, we get these ideas and it's like, all right, like, I don't want nobody, I want to tell nobody, and I just want it to be like an instant success because we're afraid that somebody else is going to hijack our idea and move on with it.
Yes.
And, you have to realize that, no matter who you tell, they can't do it the way you want to do it.
Come on.
And I think another thing is that, by keeping it such private, you don't find other ways that it can possibly grow because you're not talking to nobody, you're not asking nobody anything about this, potential idea. To hell, to see if they even like it. Hell, to even see if there's anything else out there like it.
Exactly.
And as we look at, some of the other books, when it's my turn to give you another book, you'll see that that's more or less what some of these books are talking about. Like, when you're having different conversations with people, even if it's in like the Starbucks line, talk to them like, don't get it like, I want to pitch this idea to you, but like, make small make small talk and like, would you be interested in blah blah blah?
Yeah. Yeah.
And and see what people say, and that's how you can get
gauge where I'm not selling you nothing.
Yeah,
Start with
and as you can say like that, like, I'm not trying to tell you nothing, but
other folks,
but I just want to get some feedback. We in Starbucks, we both waiting to get our coffee.
Yeah.
Can I just ask you a question?
And folks would be receptive to it. I think I would. I mean, of course, you're gonna get some jerks and assholes, but I think people will be. The next chapter was chapter 7, and it's called The Decision. So the idea of mastery of procrastination. One of the causes as a failure is this idea of procrastination, and the idea that the author believes the most successful people are the folks who have the habit of making decisions promptly and changing them slowly. So he said people who have no desire of their own are heavily influenced by the opinions of others and are not likely to succeed. Great accomplishments come from this idea of courageous decisions. And the ability to decide quickly comes from knowing that it is that you know what you want and having the ability to define that. One of the quotes I put out was, "The world has the habit of making room for the man whose words and actions show that he knows where he's going." Come on, that triggered me a little bit.
Why it triggered you?
It's not that I can't make prompt decisions, but I even think back to me being a woman and a woman of color. In my higher ed background, you try to be inclusive, right? You try to do this servant leadership, this democracy, and get everyone's opinion and move forward. Where I've seen in my previous careers and even now, there's sometimes that I need to be like, no, this is what I'm doing. And even when it's time to change it, because I'm a woman, I have the right to change my mind, don't be rushed to change it.
Yeah.
So that's something that I really digest and took from there.
Yeah, I agree. When it comes to like this business book, you also got to think of, the context of when it was written. Like, it was early, 1932 or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So, this is old man talking about like old white man things. So, a businessman or a man should be able to make decisions and make them quick and be prompt and, all that types of stuff. So, when it comes to that, you need to remember that what the day and the age was back then versus now.
I mean, hell, some will argue in that day now.
I agree, but I also think that people do just need to like make their mind up and
that's my
like make a decision and make a move and go with it.
Stand firm in your word and mean what you say and say what you mean.
Exactly.
Absolutely. And I want to get better at that. So even I think little things at the box store when folks ask me things, saying, well, and just saying, no, this is what I think. And walking away and being firm and being plain. And if I change my mind, fine. But just having some things behind. I think it's important.
But also think like it's the time, because you even think about when I was a cubicle warrior and you like talking to the supervisor and you ask the supervisor a question and say, well, what do you think?
Yeah.
Like, let's have a meeting about this and all this other stuff. Like, no, yes or no, make a decision.
Yes.
And I think that's just the culture that we in now. Like, everybody wants to be in this
think tank.
Yeah, think tank type brainstorm,
brain dump. Is that what they call
them? Yeah, that type of environment versus back then where it's like there was one person at the helm making all these decisions. So I think when it comes to like personal stuff and like, yes, you need to make a decision. Like, are you gonna go with this project? Yes or no. Like, are you moving forward with it? Yes or no. And then some other things you can't talk out.
Yes, I agree. The next one was the idea of persistence, chapter 8, and that the sustained effort necessary to induce faith. So persistence is the state of mind that can be cultivated by having a defiantness of purpose, desire, self-resilience, and plans and knowledge and cooperation and willpower that all comes together. So they had a whole chapter on this idea of persistence and being able to move forward and remaining steadfast and remaining unwavering in your vision and purpose and moving forward no matter what. And to do that, you have to have all these things surrounded you.
I agree. You have to be consistent and persistent. Like, not only persistent, but you also got to be consistent in the persistence of doing the thing. Like, even think about this podcast, and like sometimes I look at Naomi, it's like, let's just not do it today. And she'd be like, no, Nero, we promise people 3 times a week, and we gonna do 3 times a week. God damn it.
Yeah, we better stand firm in our word. And if we ever decide to change, like I said, you could change your mind, but I think there's a way you have to go out to our community and acknowledge that change in mind. You just can't be like, oh, not today. Mm-hmm. That procrastination. Come on. They speaking a little truth, right?
Yeah.
And then chapter 9 was the power of the mastermind. So that driving force. So this author, this is where they dive a little bit further into kind of the power of the psyche, and really just getting things through. So understanding that you are at the realm of this, and your head has to be in the game. Mm-hmm. If your head is not there, if you're not there emotionally, it ain't gonna work.
Exactly.
So you have to drink the Kool-Aid. You physically can't just be going through the motions and don't have the passion behind it.
And I think with some things, being artistic, we have to be in the right mind frame to actually do things. And I know some projects have, linger or lag behind because personally I'm just not in the right mindset to actually do a project. And sometimes you do got to be there. So, when you're making decisions, another thing you need to ask yourself is, am I in the right mindset to even go with this?
Yeah. The chapter this the one that threw me off, Nero. Maybe you can help me explain it, or maybe you just want to glide on by it too. It was chapter 10. It's the mystery of sex transmutation. What is he talking about? So it's the concept that because sexual desire is the most powerful human desire, the exercising of willpower to redirect this compulsion from physical expression to another productive purpose or creative outlet is an extremely powerful tool. The author put it, when driven by this desire, men develop a keenness of imagination, courage, willpower, persistence, creative ability unknown to them at other times. Mm-hmm. Do you understand what they're saying? So reset your sexual energy into your project? Like, so literally fuck your project?
No, that's not what he's saying.
What is he saying?
But he's like I said, you gotta go back to this is man writing this in 19 whatevers. Yeah. But basically what they're saying is that you even think about it. Niggas get creative when they want pussy.
Oh, come on. Okay, it just clicked.
Niggas get creative when they want pussy a day. We just had the podcast the other day talking about for the dick and the pussy.
For the challenge, niggas sure did think of stuff they'll do.
Niggas get creative for that pussy.
Yeah, where for my project challenge.
They bend time. Niggas
come on, bending time.
I'm for real.
Y'all know about that bending time.
Niggas bend time. Yeah. Niggas get projects done.
Yeah.
Niggas do whatever to get that pussy. And I think more or less what he's saying here is that using that desire for that project is as much as the same desire as you want pussy. So I think that's more or less where he was going with that chapter.
He said put as much effort into the project as you
because like you said, you getting pussy, you get creative.
What about the celibate people?
I feel sorry for you.
That further co-signs our point.
But I'm for real. Niggas, when they're like, I'm trying to hit, niggas be persistent. They had that willpower. Like, all right, I need to
They be the
figure
best
out.
they can be. They be showing up. They be calling.
They be courageous. they had an imagination. Like, all right, well, how I'm gonna get this pussy? What I'm gonna do when she finally give it to me?
Yes.
And all this other stuff. And basically, what he's saying is taking that driving that driving desire for pussy and taking it and using it for your projects.
Come on.
That's more or less.
So
what
is his idea not to have sex and instead of have sex do the project, or just the redirect?
The redirection.
Oh, okay.
Of that.
I should already know the
taking
answer to
that willpower. Yeah.
Yeah, I should already thought about that. And then the last one was the subconscious of the mind, so the connecting link. So again, it goes back to what we were talking about, that affirmation talking, and like just really, this chapter just really fleshed that out, the importance of it, and convincing yourself subconsciously, this is going to happen, this is how it's going to happen, and this is why it's going to happen. Mm-hmm. So that's my summary of the book. I think next week I'll be done with it. So we'll be done with it. Am I picking a book for you?
Yeah.
You ready?
No.
Any request? Types of books, I should say.
No.
All right.
Give me what you give me.
Black Love Matter Community. Let me know if it's a certain book y'all want them to read.
Just make sure it has a Audible.
Oh my God! It's Shout Out Friday.
Shout Out Friday.
We got some good stuff.
My favorite week.
Good. Your favorite day?
What is Liam talking
about? Yeah. Alrighty, you want me to start?
No, I can go ahead and start.
Alrighty.
So we got some 5-star reviews. I want some 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-star reviews on Apple Podcasts.
Thank y'all so much. Ooh, you get on my nerves with it.
Y'all know it brings.
He's asked me.
Joy.
He's like, "When you gonna leave your 5-star review?" I'm like, "Shit." I said, "Is that politically correct to leave your own review for your podcast?"
Well, hell, you're not supporting yourself.
I do support myself, but what? Okay, next week you gonna read mine?
Yeah.
Okay.
Are you gonna support yourself?
Where yours at?
Oh, I did mine, and I read mine.
I think you did. I remember because I was looking at you side eye.
Because you like, so you just gonna? Yes, I gave myself 5 stars. Shameless. Hell, if I'm not shamelessly enough to do it for myself, why would somebody want to do it for me?
All right, I'll get mine in next week.
All right.
Oh, yeah, next week I'll be able to get it done by Friday.
All right. It says, "I love Black Love."
Yeah.
From Marsha Evans.
Yeah.
Hey, that's her username. Okay.
Hey.
I really enjoy this podcast for celebrating Black love. I like the different perspectives Nero and Naomi bring to the subject matter that they cover. I love that I can be informed, educated, and entertained all in one podcast.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah,
sis.
shout out to you, sis.
Yeah.
We had another review that says, "Late to the show" from Janice from Cleveland.
Shout out to Cleveland. I love Cleveland. I have a whole group. Actually, I need to call my cousins from Cleveland. I have a whole crew of cousins that I love Cleveland. If I were a Detroit girl, people like, we go to Chicago. I was like, nah, Cleveland. Cleveland Negroes is some of the best Negroes on the planet. If you like Detroit people, you will love Cleveland people.
Yeah, you would.
Cleveland folks is amazing.
It said, I found out about this podcast, found out about this show on IG 2 days ago and haven't stopped listening since. I needed this podcast in my life, and I've been telling everyone that they need to listen to it. Love the show.
Oh, thank you.
I guess I
told you, Cleveland.
My social media game is on. Look, people just be finding us on IG and just be falling in love. But, thanks a lot, Janice from Cleveland. We appreciate the 5-star review.
Nero.
Thanks a lot, Marsha. We appreciate the 5-star review. We appreciate y'all.
Yes, we surely do.
Yeah.
So from our blog, from blacklovematters.com, from D. Ramsey in regards to episode 51, Taking the Knee, Time for Self. In the N word, it says, "Loving you guys. I love the laughter. I know Niram was in his feelings about not having any reviews. So here's my review for the week. Nyambi, I attend a non-denominational church, and their praise and worship is like a mini rock pop concert each week. Some of the songs sound the same, so I give my praise and worship on at home or in the car." That's a good idea, sis. Like, to go ahead and get just like my whole title soundtrack lined up, and maybe I should do it as soon as I wake up. So maybe I need to take off the Clark Sister in vain. Maybe I need a little more upbeat songs and play it from when I wake up until all the way I get into church. But see, by then I'm riled up. Me, I like to have as they say, I don't have a pretty praise. Some folks can praise and they be, especially from Detroit, like some folks can praise. You be like, "Come on, sis, is that a line dance? Is that a new hustle? Is that a new two-step, sis?"
They do.
They be tearing it up and on beat, right? Nyambi ain't on that. I do what they call an old Baptist fit. Okay, I'm one step below, depends how you look at it. The people who it'll be quiet in church and the pastor say something, they just start shouting and running around the room. I'm one step above that. Everybody, like, you know, the one who's shouting that scare everybody. That might be me. I believe in doing laps, honey. I believe in running laps, and I believe in just going and running in place. I shouldn't say. Actually, I don't do laps. I run in place though, and I will swing my hair. So you know that's what by the time I done listen to my soundtrack, I'm ready to run for the Lord. The Lord put running shoes in me. That's why I told you when you was running your marathon, you should just put on like Jesus, like just something about the name of Jesus, and just had that on repeat for 7 hours and just run.
I'll be in hell.
It just run for the Lord.
You know, that's one thing I hate.
You don't like that song? You know the song I'm talking about?
I don't like any gospel music.
Yeah. Shout out to Rance Allen. When he be like,
I can't stand it.
Kurt Franklin though, Kurt Franklin got some hits. And if I was an R&B, no, I know you're talking about the gospel, but I'm saying if I was an R&B singer, Kurt Franklin had to produce one of my songs because he gets hits. He is the P. Diddy of the gospel music. He gets hits.
Gospel music sucks all my joy away.
Oh, this is not about you now. Me and D, we talking about our praise and worship. I'm still cracking up. She talking about she go to a non-denominational church.
She go to one of those mega churches.
And she said it's a mini
church.
Thrive.
You know, they got a church like that. You know, the church name be like Thrive, and it'd be like a little band like. Ding, 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 ding.
No, they be rocking. I know exactly what she talking about. When she said it was like a rock pop concert each week. And she be rolling her eyes. You know how we was at the apple pick and it's like, where my rednecks at? Yeah. He be like, the cigar. It's like, brown. Anybody up here love Jesus? Clap your hands if you love Jesus. Come on, we gonna take it up loud. Because it is a difference. It's a certain type of music, you know, especially, you know, coming from my background or what you expect to hear, right? Like, I feel like it's a certain chord on that organ that you hear. As soon as you hear that chord, you start crying. You be like, Lord Jesus, don't play that song. So I do miss that a little bit, but that's a great recommendation, sis. And I am going to just start my soundtrack because I got a whole list of songs that I love, and you know, go out of there because I can't let my my worship for the Lord get in the way of that. But yeah, I believe in the good old Baptist fit, and I don't do a pretty praise. Anywho. Also, we have from D. Ramsey in regards to episode 54, emotional triangles, black straight male privilege, and fickle white support. It says, I missed you guys. Glad I'm tuning in to episode 54 at work this AM. 5 stars. Neil, you done guilty people into these 5 stars. That need to be your nickname. 5 stars.
Thank you, D. Ramsey.
Oh, my goodness. Am I reading the email?
I'll read this one. You can read the next one.
Alrighty.
You can read this long-ass one.
Come on. What did it say?
So the first email is from Amber, but we can call her the DCL taker. So I think Amber the one that left the voicemail. Yeah. So she said, I heard my voicemail and I noticed it went out.
No, wait. Say the subject.
Okay. The subject is child.
CHILLLEE.
Ow. Mm-hmm. Hey, Naomi, it's Amber, but you can call me the DCL taker. I heard my voicemail and noticed that I went out a lost service when what I said was you spoke my whole soul when you spoke when you said
what the hell, Nero?
God damn,
I got it. Don't worry about it.
No,
don't worry about it, baby. I got this, baby.
No, I got to get this right. So when I read these teleprompters for Oprah,
why don't you practice before?
I do. This is the thing, though. Like I read it before silently, and I said every word together. But when I read it out loud, my dyslexia be moving words and shit around.
Why don't you? I don't read them before, but maybe you should.
I do. That's the thing. I do, and I know what it said.
All right, I'm going to give you one more try, and if it don't, I'm going to read both. Go.
I don't like this, y'all.
You can't be slaughtering these folks' emails. You taking their voice away. This is their voice. You can't just make up words and say Donald Trump. You can't Donald Trump their letters and just make up shit.
Why not?
Well, that ain't how it works on this podcast.
Shit. Jesus. What I said was you spoke to my whole soul when you said, yeah, because the thing is, I was reading fast. You've been attracting the type of man you deserve because of your energy and your own insecurities that what you're projecting out there. Come on, and that's the only person you're attracting. Talk about a whole read.
It's something about that mirroring process, and I don't think we talk about it enough in brown communities because I think we mirrors of each other constantly. Like constantly, I think we mirror either folks in our relationships or the type of relationships we've been in. Like all of it is a huge mirror.
Yes, I agree. I went back and listened to that several times and wrote those exact words in my
Come
journal.
on. It ain't nothing like a journal. We need to get a Black Love Matters journal. Because journals and therapy is powerful.
Exactly. Y'all let us know if y'all want that.
Oh, here comes
I'm just saying.
I'm just telling y'all to go to the store and buy it.
Hell, they might want something.
And we can give y'all prompts each week.
Shit.
All right, come on.
Change is strange. Well, I can't. Well, you always interjecting.
Because I'm having a
I know.
conversation.
Can you do a segment called "From Partner to Caseworker"? Because that's the new millennial relationship trap.
Come on.
I really need y'all to do wisdom Wednesdays and drop some sis get your life gems because you gathered me quick. Or maybe a live questionnaire. Yes. The 25 to 28 age range is suffering with Black love. Yeah. If you missed your chance on campus,
you ain't miss it.
No, I have heard a lot of people say that. Like, if you didn't find no love, like in college campus, like you missed out. And
I mean, that goes back to the 50s where women just went to school to get their MRS.
Right. So y'all can find somebody.
You can. Maybe we'll give tips on that. So how do you date outside of the college realm? So if you're young, Black, and educated, right? You originally kind of meet your first crew and networking on college campus. I would agree with it, and that crew grows. But there's a way to still network and meet Black folk with sense outside of it. We'll give some tips to you.
It said it wraps up by saying this podcast is definitely giving me some tools that I didn't learn growing up with the village, being touched by white hands and experiences. But they say things tend to only make an impact when being heard from someone else. Peace and love.
DC L taker.
The DC.
I told you that DC. I love DC.
But DC, them niggeros in DC are.
I don't know. I like DC.
I know that, but hell, you ain't looking for a man either.
Oh, yeah, I'm trying to
I'm just saying. You ain't looking for a man. But I've heard that from men and women. Like them.
Yeah, Nia say it'd be rough out there.
Them niggas in DC is some sedity ass niggas, and the only thing they want to know is how many letters you got after your name and how many dollars is in your tax bracket.
I mean, ain't no wrong with that, but you got to bring something else to the table.
And then they also want to know, did you go to Howard?
Shut up. Why do you always pick on Howard? Why you got a problem with Howard?
No, I don't.
You got a Howard.
No, I don't. I went to a Black college, so.
I mean, okay.
And then I left.
I love the idea of a Black college.
Mm-hmm.
I say it like it ain't real.
Right.
That's because I don't want to know PWI. But yeah, no, I think Black college is a very rich experience, and I think it serves a time and a place and a purpose. Maybe that's a separate episode. I won't go too deep into it. So I always thinking about Black college. So say if we had children and I still was like in a PWI setting, and my kids grew up around a lot of white kids.
Yeah,
my children would absolutely have to go to HBCU.
But I think my Black ass come from Detroit, and the only thing I know is like Black people and things of that sort.
That'll mess up their reality.
Like you go there, you think everybody Black, like everybody do this. But I also think like by me like going to a Black college for like my first year and a half and then going to a PWI, I had my my inflated ass GPA.
Not all HBCUs inflate, but some do.
No. But I'm just saying I had my nice ass inflated ass GPA to get me my scholarships and stuff.
Yeah.
But I think that even though you go to a PWI, like I feel like the community and the bond that you have with like Black students, other Black people on that campus is a little bit more stronger versus a Black college because the thing is like everybody Black, so you don't like this Black person, you can go hang with somebody else. But at a PWI,
you got to work through some shit.
It's a finite number of Black people.
You have to work through some shit,
and everybody know everybody.
Yeah, you do. That's true. I've never been to HBCU, but I could imagine kind of if you fall out with folks, you fall out with people, right? Yeah. There's another group and circle, but at PWI there's a limited amount, and you have to you really have to make that grown up decision to say, am I really not fuck with them, or is this something we need to work through as a community? Because next thing you got to come together for the rally, honey.
So, and that's one of the things I get. And it's true. Like, people like go get a Black college experience. It's like, well, what else are you missing? Like, I had chicken and spades.
Shut up.
Games.
It's more than that.
Like, we had Greeks there. The Qs is always barking there. The AKAs is always skiing. The Deltas is always ooping. And, the Zetas and the Sigmas was doing their things. And the Iotas and the Astros. Like, we had all those at the Kappas there. So, we had all those at our PWI.
We even had the Mexican ones.
Yeah. So, we had, like, step shows and shit like that. Lambdas.
They always just do 3 trace. That's all I can think of.
Sigma, Lambda, Beta.
That's all right.
Something like that. Sigma, Lambda. The one with the purple and white ones.
And the pink.
Yeah, and the pink and white one. So like I had like all that.
Yeah.
So like when people were like, "Well, you gotta get this black college," like what else are you missing? Like other than
I think it's a pride.
but like other than going to like the classics and like seeing
Shit,
like
we still did that.
And that's the thing. Like hell, Ohio State marching band is fucking lit, and I'll say it. Well,
did you say Ohio State?
Yes.
Is lit? Yeah, no, they is.
They
bad.
marching band is lit.
They is
and
lit.
will give some of them black colleges a run for their money.
They is lit.
So I'm just saying, like, what other things is that, are you missing from this black college experience? If you got this community, you got chicken and spades, you got Greek, like.
No, I do. Like, I'm going to take up for HBCU. It is something that you get there. Like, it is something about a sense of being brown and black in America that it's this sense of pride is not the word, but it's self-efficacy building. But I think it builds that. So if you already came from a background where black was beautiful and brown was fine, like that was fine. But everyone don't come from that.
Yeah.
And for the folks who don't come from that, that's a whole different, mind frame, and it's shifting for them. Where I think that's where we came from. My family always said black was beautiful. We always said crackers was crafty. Like we always did, these types of things. So it's not too much of that that's new. But some of these babies are new. And I know this is supposed to be Shout Out Friday, but even I think it's like if we have children and we stayed in white ass New England, as many summers that we send them to Detroit, it's still not going to be their experiences in America and what it is to be black in America is not going to be the same.
Exactly. I get it.
I think that's where I think HBCUs can they need to get our children. So all y'all brown folks, it might be I think it's going to be a resurgence of HBCUs.
Oh, it is, because these white schools going to cut the fuck up.
I told you, like, if I go back to academia, it might be a HBCU and work. Could y'all imagine me working at HBCU? Oh, I'm going to tear it up. But I think, if I had a child, even now, like, from the mind frame we're in and the settings that we're in, baby in probably gonna have to head to HBCU just to get them in order, just to kind of bring sense to this, right? Because they almost, I guess, it depends. They were living in a world where Donald Trump was president too. I think before, when they were in a world where, a lot of these babies, they only knew Barack Obama as a president. I think back to the little white boy at my previous job, the coworker was getting her young boy excited about Thanksgiving because they were going to the New York Macy's Day Parade, right? And so she like, oh, Billy, little white boy, mind you. Oh, Billy, you so excited. You know who's going to be at the end of the Macy's Day Parade, don't you? You know what he said?
What?
Obama? The mom was like, well, Santa? He's like, he was like, but is Obama gonna be there? So you got generations of kids that's going through that. We can have a whole episode about this, but yes, shout out to that. Next, we got an email from. We got another email. We're gonna go ahead and read this. It's from podcast episode 53. It says, "Hey, Niram and Nyambi. Today's podcast and your book club review was speaking to me. I am a first-generation college grad from..." There go Howard again. Niram, do you need to go to Howard? Maybe you should look at what programs they got there. What, they got social media jobs at Howard?
I don't know. Maybe.
Did you say maybe? Yes, at a university they have social media jobs. Jesus. Howard University. The real shady HU. Howard people do be shady. Howard people be shady to them. And they, who they're really shady to? Hampton people. Yeah. I love Hampton University too. Like, all the people I met from Hampton are so nice. But Howard be very shady to Hampton. Anywho. A podcast in itself, these HBCUs lot. I have a bachelor's in biology, and since I've decided medical school was not for me and refused to suffer through a master's, postdoc, etc., to maybe become an underpaid professor, preach. I ventured out and tried different things. Education is a damn business hustle, ain't it? Every corner I turn, they want you to pay for some damn overpriced, underrated certification that is taught online with no human interaction whatsoever. I worked as a lab tech for less than a year after graduating college and was laid off while 8 months pregnant with my daughter in 2008, and the struggle has been so real. After not being able to find a work for over a year and some change, I went back to bartending. What a humbling experience to be the only college grad behind a bar working for tips. I used Obama's Work First Reinvestment Act and received a free personal training certification and tried to launch a lucrative career from that. But with no access to capital and being a single parent of now 2 kids, I put that on the shelf after 6 years in effort. My 2-year, 9-month-old son has become my priority. I'm assuming my 2-year-old and 9-month son has become my priority.
All right, Nyambi.
No, I was making sure I read that correctly. It did not have a comma.
All right,
I need to raise I need to raise a critical thinking, woke black man, and I felt being involved in his early education was my best way. Yep, absolutely. Thus, the launch of my home daycare called Clever Munchkins. I'm going to repeat it again. Clever Munchkins. Did I do that good? The curriculum will be STEAM based on, as I still have love for science and strongly believe in the value of fostering and encouraging intellectual curiosity through hands-on approach. So for y'all don't know what STEAM is, so usually it's STEM, so science, technology, engineering and math, but folks have made it STEAM, so science, technology, engineering, arts, and math. So it's the idea of bringing in that creative aspects to your project, just for the folks who might not know. The letter then goes on to say, I pray that this one day becomes a center or a school. It will, sis. While all ethnic groups will be welcome, the daycare is for little black wonders. For the art, from the art projects to the stories we read, A is for activists. Come on. By the way, what's the book you give to your friends? Kid Nyambi. That A for activists
A for
and C
activists.
for community. It's a few more I provide too.
She
I'll
persisted.
Shut up.
What else?
It's a few of them. I'm gonna send them to
Go
you.
to fuck to sleep.
Shut up. No, it ain't. I want to buy it. I'll send it to you, sis. In Niram, I'm going to start leaving voicemails because I write the way I speak and you be murdering my emails, laughing my ass off. It's all love, brother, but listening to Nyambi snicker in the background while you read it gives me life, and I laugh and smile. And great thanks from my soul to both of you. Peace, love, and all black everything.
Hey.
Yeah, that is like, sis, that's it right there. I'm gonna go back to the name of it, the Clever Munchkins. If you don't, you need to get that domain right now, honey.
Exactly.
If you don't got it, get that domain, own the domain, and claim all the social media page and manifest it because it's needed. Like I said, we don't have children, but we have friends who have kids, and they be looking for this, and they willing to play coin. Lining up for coins, right? I know friends who don't paid thousands of dollars in just application fees. So that's not even a guarantee you got a spot. This is just the application where you look at my brown baby. So by doing this, I'm telling you, it's sickening. Actually, it's another one. Sometime this week, I'll respond to your email. This weekend, there's a little brown daycare in, is it Brooklyn? I'm trying to think of which one Nadifa shared with us, that you might want to look at and connect with. I know it's owned by a black woman, and I think, I don't think she does like the STEAM slant on it, but she definitely like this Afrocentric daycare, self-love, self-care, connecting with the family that I think would be, great for you to kind of make your village, right? Because it has to be a crew of folks. But I think that slant on the STEAM, everybody listen. It ain't just about STEM no more. It's about STEAM. It's something important about that art piece that's sickening. And us as black people, we are so creative and think about something so differently that it's going to be amazing. So you keep us updated, okay?
Yeah, good luck to you and your daycare sis. Niram was also,
let us know if you hire Niram. I'm looking for you.
Niram was thinking about starting up his own
he
daycare
surely
too.
Is.
And make it Uncle Niram's daycare.
They can't all come to his house, Niram.
Uncle Niram's daycare, and then all my staff is gonna be men.
Oh my God.
From all these single mothers out here.
Black and brown men.
Black and brown men. Because, for all these single mothers out here who ain't got,
you assuming.
And the child's father ain't in their life.
Oh.
So, the thing was with our daycare, we're going to have nothing men to give them that man role model and, hug them and shit like that. So, none of these kids.
Shit like that.
Yeah. So, these kids won't be fucked up because they ain't never been hugged by a male or their daddy and told them they love them.
Yeah.
So, I was going to come in with Uncle Niram's daycare and just have all these niggas up in here watching these kids and doing all
these niggas. So it's gonna be you and Nia. I give it a month for them kids. Have y'all going in circles.
I'm telling you, I think that shit gonna pop.
Okay.
I need to go ahead and get that going because that idea there.
I think it's a great idea, but you and Nia.
No.
How many children y'all gonna have?
I'm just saying though, like a daycare ran strictly for men, strictly by black and brown men.
Yeah,
it's targeted for
yeah.
black and brown children for that specialize in parents who in single parent households who ain't got no father.
Yeah,
so they
it's powerful.
So they can learn.
You combine the daycare and Boys and Girls Club.
Yeah, exactly. Mm-hmm. They learn, mentor, role model, and all types of other shit.
Mm-hmm. I'm not against it. It's just you and Nia. I feel like I've been looked up, and the kids be tapping up on me. Talking about I'm hungry.
And yes, I do. I'm trying my best to work on these damn emails. Like I said, I got to get this right now.
I know you do.
Because if I'm be reading in this teleprompter,
you're gonna be worse than they did on what was it, David Chappelle and D.L. Hughley. What the hell was David Chappelle
if I'm
saying?
reading this teleprompter on, I gotta get this shit right. Hopefully, Mother Oprah go ahead
because
and
Mother
get
Oprah
me,
ain't gonna let us go off on the dome.
Exactly.
She
Mother
gonna write it
Oprah
out.
need to go ahead and get me a speech pathologist so I can go ahead and get this speech impediment out of me.
All right, now we got any voicemails?
Yeah, we got a voicemail.
All right, let's go ahead and play that. I'm not cutting you off. But folk got stuff to do. It's Friday. Folks packing up. They probably listen to us right before lunch. We stand between them and their lunch.
All right. Can you tell them the number where I pulled this voicemail up?
Why are you always doing this to me? As always, to submit a voicemail to us, we can be reached at 508-784-1111. That's 508-784-1111. Remember, try to keep that under 2 minutes. If you can't keep it under 2 minutes, you're gonna have to call us back. But say if you want to just do a voice recording over your phone, you can do that, and you can just shoot us an email at blacklovematters@gmail.com. Again, that's blacklovematters@gmail.com.
All right, here we go.
Naram and Nyambi, what's going on? What up, though? It's your boy SJ5D, Sir Jeffrey 5D.
What up, though, nigga?
To leave you guys a little bit of love. Congratulations on your 56th episode.
Wow.
I'm proud of you guys. I'm really, really excited and happy to always see the progress in every single episode. I love the fact that you guys keep it real. You remain real on your topics, transparent, even when even when like Miriam is getting on your nerves or like you guys are just not vibing, like you guys keep it real. It's no type of phoniness, which I really appreciate. Couple of things. I'll keep it quick and brief. Miriam, if you want more vegan recipes, I don't know if anybody still uses Pinterest, but you can go to Pinterest
that was shady.
and just type in vegan recipes, bro, and you get like at least 100 of them things like on the website. So Pinterest is a good source. Nambi, I'm with you on the fall.
Mm-hmm.
I love the colors, the mood, the sweet potato spice, the sweaters, the candles, just getting the incense going, having the window cracked, being under the covers, even though it's cold, like all of the stuff that fall brings, is shit. You guys know I'm a huge advocate of this show. I'm with you guys on getting the show on own.
That's what I'm talking about.
Start doing that. a little bit more often. So
and I got to get this shit right.
I'm with you guys. I really hope that you guys, pull that off. Actually, I'm putting that in the universe for you. I'm manifesting that you've already got it. The last thing is, hearing you guys on the show with the Black Excellence and your degrees, man, you guys really inspired me to go back to college and finish my degree.
All right, man.
Thank you guys for that. It's just, you guys have been a huge inspiration for my own personal journey, so I really appreciate it. I love you guys. Congratulations on the 56th episode. Have a beautiful day.
Oh, look at Sir Jeff. He always want to make my heart smile, don't he?
Yeah.
Now he in the readings a bald one. What we gonna have to do, Niram, what you gonna have to do is, I know y'all be talking, we gonna have to reach out to him. It's a little something I want to give him for that.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, to get in the readings of bald ones. Because, brother, you about to get this degree. Let us know if you need a little help with something. I can do a little piece of proofread. Don't send me no shit 12 hours for us to do, though. Okay? Don't you do that shit.
A nigga needs something week in advance.
Give me some leeway. I'm here with you, brother. So if you need something proofread, you got some assignments, we gonna get you through this, all right? I'm so happy.
I hear on that Pinterest shit, man. But when Pinterest be having a lot of white shit, I need to have some. If
you dig it is, because I used to look on Pinterest for like hairstyles.
I need some black vegan shit.
You just type in black vegan, it'll come up.
Everyday black vegan stuff.
It will come up. It will come up. Because I used to really be heavy in Pinterest. Actually, I need to go back to that.
One of my things now I'm up on is the Jamaican recipes.
I mean, Caribbean food and African food, and it got a vegan undertone.
Yeah.
That's just our American has to eat all that meat, honey.
So, I done made some Jamaican steamed cabbage. I done made this curry, potato, chickpeas.
That curry was good.
With some tofu in there, with some crunchy tofu.
I ain't the biggest curry fan. I've heard curry. I prefer like an Asian curry.
Yeah.
I prefer like a Thai
curry. But that Jamaican curry is off the hook. So we're going to see where I'm at next week. But that's where I'm at now, is that Jamaican flavor. And I did some rice and beans, and I swear to God that It was up there with my Jamaican restaurant.
It was good. It was. I thought somebody, grandma was in the kitchen talking patois. Yeah, the way that you was killing it was good. You know, the only thing you got to be careful with the vegan. I think what turned me off from vegan was I was at work one time and some girl brought in some brownies and it was made of black beans and I was like, this is not a good idea.
No.
Ooh, that texture threw me off. Oh my
No, I'm definitely off that. So I need to. I haven't dibbled and dabbled into like the vegan
desserts.
desserts.
I mean, you don't have to because you can always. It's fall, so you can just do some fruit with coconut oil, coconut sugar with some oats on top.
Mm-hmm.
Crumble, right?
Yeah.
I'm not thinking. So sometimes you do want a piece of cake though, and how do you? Yeah.
Exactly, because my favorite cake is carrot cake.
Yeah,
And
I mean that gotta have a vegan twist to it though. Carrot cake.
I hope so.
Yeah, it does. Now my German chocolate cake. No, I want all the eggs.
Well, that's a good episode, baby. What you think about it?
It was an excellent episode.
Well, that's what's up, y'all. So to submit your Black Love Story, go to blacklovematters.com/love story. To submit a question for Kitchen Table Talk, shoot us an email at blacklovematters@gmail.com. To leave us a comment about anything, about everything that we talked about, go to blacklovematters.com. You can go to SoundCloud. You can also leave us a voicemail at 508-784-1111. That's 508-784-1111. Talk to you guys later. Have a good ass weekend. And remember, love is ever evolving.
See y'all Monday.
Peace.